What is up, weather enthusiasts? I'm your host, Pat's Path Predictor. Let's get right into the weather. No audio issues this time, ladies and gentlemen. I got it fixed. We have a new cord for the mixer, so no audio issues, ladies and gentlemen. That's the first time we can say that for you right here. And with that being said, though, we have a pretty interesting situation that we need to get into right here. We have some callers that are going to be joining us tonight. Starting off, we have Charlie, one of our tropical analysts. Charlie, say hello.
Hello.
All right, we also have one of our moderators, Yoshi. Say hello.
Hello.
Yep, we also have Delta in the chat. He's been doing a good job behind the scenes and on stream. Say hello.
Hello.
Yep, we have Severe Weather Center. Say hello.
Hello.
LTW is back. Say hello.
Hello.
And Fast is making another return. Say hello to the audience.
Hello.
All right, and Thunder is back as well. He is joining us again for another stream. Say hello.
Hello.
All right, let's go ahead and get into it because we have a lot that we need to get into with Erin. We also had another area of interest tag tonight. We'll discuss that a little bit that a little bit later down the road. But because of the situation we have with Erin right now, and because of how intense that is, and because of how much we've been tracking it, I think it's best that we get right into that and then move on to that AI once we cover the stuff we can with Erin. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get started for you guys right here. Let me turn my camera on. Here's the satellite imagery. As you can see right here, Erin is currently undergoing an Eyewall replacement cycle at this current point based on satellite and based on a little bit of radar that we have seen. Currently, the winds have decreased a little bit, but still a very powerful hurricane at this current point. Maximum sustained winds are down to 150 miles per hour, but that is because it is undergoing an eyewall replacement cycle based on Hurricane Hunter Reconnaissance. Pressure has risen from a ridiculous 915 to 934 millibars. Right there. Tropical storm watches remain in effect for parts of the Leeward Islands, as well as the Turks and Caicos as well. They have expanded a bit further to the west. So here's what we got for you right here. Tropical storm force winds extend now 185 miles out from the center, and now hurricane force winds remain 30 miles from the center. So that's the general situation we are dealing with at this current point. Looking at the latest cone for you right here, they're going to give you a full new cone in a little bit later on down the road. That'll be at the 11 p.m. advisory, so you're going to want to watch out for that as well. But ultimately, we have a lot we need to get to, so I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to our callers because they've been watching this very closely. We've seen some new updates, especially over the last few minutes before we start streaming. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to them. Whoever would like to go can go first. Let's go ahead and get started, guys.
Are you going to share your screen?
I will in a little bit. Would you guys like to? Would you guys like me to?
Yeah, sure.
All right.
Yeah, please.
I'll go ahead and do that for you guys. But yeah, let's go ahead. I have satellite imagery from Tropical Tidbits pulled up. We're going to be pulling quite a few things tonight, as well as Hurricane Reconnaissance. But you know what? Let's go ahead and get started. Who would like to go first?
I do, cause I noticed that the icon model it was predicting it to be a Category 5 the hurricane. Then
Oh man.
then I woke up. Well, I went to bed. It was a Category 1. As soon as I woke up this morning, it turned out to be a Category 5. So this is giving me Otis vibes.
No, I wouldn't say quite that extreme, but definitely gives me quite a few concerns as well. Before we get into the data, how shocked were you guys with how quickly this system developed in the way it did for everyone else?
I definitely was.
Yeah.
I was.
I went to bed. It was 100 miles an hour. I was expecting, even with the intensification we were seeing at that time, nothing more than maybe a low to mid-end 3 by the time I woke up. and I woke up to 140 mile an hour
I
Cat
will.
4.
Yeah. Now, that was very interesting. By the
Yeah.
way, we're going to be showing this for you right here. Oh, never mind. That's usually a graphic I pull up. Seizure warning to those prone to flashing lights. Real quickly, this is the DAPIA website. We're going to make this as clean as possible for you guys as well. We'll go ahead and just do this, do a little bit of that, and we should be okay with that. But, man, what a system we are dealing with right here. And this system, like, you can definitely see the eye right here. It's definitely more clouded. It's also quite a bit ragged as well. Cloud tops are still very high and very cold at the minus 80s all across much of the system right here around the Eyewall. But another thing to note, and we were talking about this in the chat before, we're noticing some kind of outward expansion. We're seeing these bands getting pushed towards the Virgin Islands, the Leewards, and Puerto Rico as well. Delta, I know you especially were talking about that. Would you like to kind of elaborate a little bit further?
Yes, those bands are that big band that is crossing over the north coast of Puerto Rico right now is actually severe thunderstorm warning for 60 mile an hour wind gusts, and also for the threat of water spouts because of the sheared environment.
Yeah.
So that band is nothing to play with. This system is nothing to be played with. It has blown all of the hurricane models out of the water. It has distributed the craziest rapid intensification that I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And it just, that band is going to cause a lot of problems with also flooding rainfall, as well as tropical storm force winds.
Yeah, for sure. This also goes to show that just because the center is is currently off the coast right now, that doesn't mean you're not going to get impacts. And I believe this exacerbates what we've been talking about the last few nights with you guys right here. Heck, this band is heading towards the Dominican Republic too. That's how quickly, and that's how quickly this is expanding right here. We're already, like, earlier this morning, we were at about, I think, 120 miles for the tropical storm force winds. They're now out 185 miles right now. So this storm has really expanded in size. It attempted an eyewall replacement cycle earlier today. It kind of failed at that, and now it's doing one right now. To those in the call that have been watching this, particularly, I know Charlie, Delta, Yoshi, I'm sure you guys have been watching this. What are your guys' thoughts on what's going on in there, and kind of what have you been noticing in that regard? Whoever would like to go first.
So I have been noticing for the past few hours that eye has been slowly closing in. With the recent recon, we figured out that it was due to an eyewall replacement cycle, and it's dealing with a little bit of shear. And you can also know that you can see that negative 80 cloud top convection is just exploding right over the CDO in the center.
Yeah.
And so it's likely just going through that phase. And it is going a bit more westward of the track. I have seen that. That's been a pretty consistent trend. And I saw, like, a few hours ago, I saw, like, this GIF of it going west, and each hurricane center cone update, it keeps going away from the cone and the track line. Right now, I think it is still pretty aligned with it the last time I saw it. So I think we are seeing that slight west-northwest movement like we are expecting. We did have an upper level recon mission that did some drops on north of the system, east west of the system, to see the steering currents and the vertical wind shear. And the ridge was slightly stronger. Now that does not by any means, that does not mean that we're going to see any, like, direct impacts to Bermuda or the U.S. East Coast. Still likely to go out to sea. That weakness in the ridge was still found, and it is continuing to slightly weaken. So the track overall remains the same, and there is some vertical wind shear, very little, and it looks like the system, like you said, Pat, earlier, is doing pretty well with fighting that.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Delta Yoshi, do you have things you'd like to add?
I would just like to add that there have been multiple failed attempts at an Eyewall replacement cycle over the course of the day that I could see on satellite and radar, as well as microwave imagery. And I'm surprised that it was able to fend off an Eyewall replacement cycle until pretty much now, because it held a very small pinhole eye all day. And that is very rare for a pinhole eye to last for over 12 to 15 hours.
Yeah, yeah. That's
Mhm.
yep. Go. Who wants to go ahead?
I can.
Go ahead, LTW.
Um, I haven't seen this fast of an intensification since Milton. Like,
Yeah.
what Delta said. Like, I went to sleep when it was maybe maybe a 2 to a 3,
Mm-hmm.
and then unbeknownst to me, I woke up thinking, oh, it's gonna be maybe like a mid end 3 to a low end 4. Apparently it was a high end 4, a low end 5 at
Yeah.
most. And I was like my mouth dropped when I saw the eye. Like that's the most pinholest pinhole I've ever seen.
Yeah. That was. Yeah, I've seen those comparisons to Milton a lot, but I would say
Mhm.
honestly, I've compared this. I mean, it's an unfair comparison, but I would say this is kind of the barrel of 2025 in some regards. Not because it's going through the Caribbean, but because of its intensification, the fact that it's the first hurricane of the season, the first major hurricane of the season, and the first Category 5 hurricane of the season.
I agree.
Yeah, I've made that comparison
Yep.
right there. So that's something to.
And
Go ahead.
sorry, go on. You
And
go.
that's something I've been paying attention to with this right here. It's my personal opinion that Erin, just like Barrel was, could be a tone setter for how the rest of the hurricane season is. And lo and behold, we have another AOI tagged in the MDR again. So we'll have to see what happens.
But I just wanted to say that all the models were completely off. Even the closest one, the Icon, was pretty off with this intensification.
Yeah, I would say, yeah. Okay, we've got a question in the chat. Pat, when you have time to respond, what's your opinion on the constant west shifts and Erin and not moving northwest as expected? We've been looking at that, and as Charlie said earlier, the ridge over parts of the Atlantic is stronger than what we were initially thinking by a little bit, and that's part of the reason why we're seeing those shifts right there. Also, we're kind of seeing a bit of a counterbalance. I'm noticing with how intense Erin is. It's kind of with that pressure gradient allowed the ridge to get a little bit add a little bit of more strength as well, and that's kind of pushed it to wobble a bit further and further to the west as well. So I hope that answers your question. Thank you very much for asking that. Like the stream, subscribe to the channel if you are new. The goal, as always, is to get more people engaged with weather. But would anyone else like to add on to what we're saying right here? Oh, we got something in live, no mic. Oh, Yoshi's got something
Yes.
right here.
Oh.
Yeah, you sent. Yeah, you sent that. Oh, yeah, you sent your. Yeah, you sent your tweet right here about the rain bands heading to Puerto Rico right here. Um, Yoshi, would you like to kind of talk a little bit more about that since that's kind of bringing impacts towards land?
Yes, so we at least at the time of the tweet, and we still have it. There is a very large and powerful rain band heading towards Puerto Rico. I believe it's up right
Yeah,
on
it's
Puerto Rico. Now,
yeah,
a lot of it is San Juan. So one of the reasons I pointed out in my tweet, one of the reasons we have this is because it is in the downshear portion of the storm, which most of the time, according to a recent study, I can get that later, that down shear portions, the storm, specifically the bands, have more precipitation, higher precipitation, and somewhat importantly too, better and larger updrafts.
Right.
So that's also one of the reasons why we're seeing this like it is. And we can tell by cross view of the radar here that these are very tall clouds, which reinforce the point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's quite concerning for that as well. Looking at both the radar and satellite imagery, it's kind of chilling just to see how the system's just been pushing out quite a bit because of that shear, that downdraft shear right there, impacting Puerto Rico and potentially impacting the Dominican Republic in the coming hours as well. So that's something that we need to continue to watch for sure. But yeah, what else do we have in live no mic right here? Okay. Okay, yeah. All right, yeah. Yeah, Delta. Yeah, okay. Delta, you sent something in chat. Would you like to talk a little bit about this very quickly? You're talking about the eye temperature.
I don't fully know it, don't fully understand it myself, but it's just, I know eye temperature on water vapor
Mm-hmm.
indicates strength, and Erin had the warmest, driest eye on water vapor in the entire Atlantic basin. Only 2 super typhoons in the Western Pacific had drier eyes.
Yeah. And for those who...
I
Oh,
could
go ahead.
send a photo.
Go for it, yeah. And for those
I sent a photo.
Mm-hmm. All right. And for those of you who do not know, basically, the warmer and drier the eye is in the center, it's kind of an indication of how the stronger that it is. And looking at this eye temperature, what did we max out at? What was it at, like 25 degrees Celsius or along those lines, or is that a little warmer? That's 77 degrees Fahrenheit, by the way. Yeah, what exactly did we max out at?
I remember
I
on Windy I saw 20 degrees Celsius, but it may have been stronger than that at one point.
Sure.
Yeah, I think I also saw like 19 to 20 degrees Celsius as well.
Yeah. That's yeah, that's interesting right there, but the fact that we've had the warmest eye with this is quite concerning with this, just an indication how strong this system has been, and that's always never a good sign at all with that. It's currently we don't know the eye temperature right now based on infrared. It's kind of clouded right now because of the eyeball replacement cycle, but yeah, let's take a look. We have the latest frames in right here. I want to take a quick gander at those. This system has been undergoing an eyewall replacement cycle for the last little while. Hurricane hunters have confirmed this theory at this current point. They're getting data to kind of back up that support. I want to turn it over to our callers. What are your thoughts on the progress of this eyewall replacement cycle, and what do you kind of expect to happen in the next few hours?
So over the next few hours, I expect the eyewall replacement cycle to conclude right around, I would say, midnight, and rapid intensification will resume. And depending on where the strongest convection is, it could pull the eye further north or south of its current trajectory.
All right. Anyone else?
I
agree with
Oh,
her.
go ahead, Charlie.
I mainly agree with LTW, but I don't know. Sorry, no, Severe Weather Center.
Mhm.
My bad. But anyways, I mainly agree with them. But the thing is, after it's done with its replacement cycle, I'm not. It could undergo a rapid intensification phase again. It's possible. The thermodynamic environment definitely supports it with the waters and the ocean heat content, but it really depends on how much here there is and if it can survive that. I know the Hurricane Center isn't really forecasting it rapid intensification. It's forecasting gradual weakening over time,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm not ruling it out. Definitely not ruling it out.
Yeah. All right. And would anyone else like to
I'm
go ahead?
looking at I'm looking at the radar
Could you
in the
speak up?
in the
Could you
in the
speak up? It's hard to hear you.
I'm looking at the radar, and to me, it seems like there is more convection on south. There's more the southern side. The way more
Yeah.
the way more convection
Okay.
because that's where the storm had grew.
Yeah. Okay, I see where you're looking at right here. I'm pulling it up on radar scope right there. Definitely, I'm noticing that, but that part of that is because that part of the eye is closer to the radar compared to the northern part as well. So there's a bit of a bias with that because, as you know, as a lot of people know, the further out you go, the higher your beam height is. And the higher your beam height is, the harder it is to detect that reflectivity. So, for example, on the southern part of the eye wall right here, your beam height goes out to about 20,000 feet, which is still pretty high, but can pick up a lot more than compared to like 23,000 feet, which you're starting to notice that right here. So it appears stronger on radar, but it's also but that's partly because it's the northern side is further away from the radar's site right there. So that is something to pay attention to. But I would say at least there is to some extent the eastern side is definitely has more precip and definitely looks to appear stronger right there. I just want to check actually the tilt real quickly. What's tilt 2 looking like? Tilt 2 is producing the same thing. Tilt 3 is more lean towards the southern side, and tilt 4 it goes too high up for that right there. But then again, that's partly due to the beam height right there. So a little meteorology fact for you guys right there. So definitely noticing that as well, but at least to some extent there is that southward bias towards the radar. So that is something to pay attention to. So yeah. So yeah, would anyone else like to add anything? Nope.
I think we're good.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Perfect. So that's the latest and greatest we have with satellite imagery in the Eyewall replacement cycle. Looking at Reconnaissance right now, currently they're moving out of the system right now. It looks like they're going to be making a pass in the next little while, more so from the southwest to the northeast. So sampling that part of the Eyewall will be interesting to take a look at and getting that data as well. Looking at their drops in data that they dropped it into the eye, which is kind of what warranted that increase in pressure from the National Hurricane Center. 935 millibar a drop in the eye at 11 knots. So if you take the standard conversion of 10 knots per millibar, that's about a 934 millibar system. That's how the NHC usually designates things right there. But Recon is currently in this right now. We're trying to figure out how this is going to pan out and exactly what's going on with this, and kind of getting a handle on, okay, how is this Eyewall replacement cycle going? Because this is probably going to take a few more passes at this current point. So we're going to want to pay attention to the Recon right there. They made their first pass before the advisory, so definitely something to keep in mind as well. But just what a storm this has been for sure. I would say the good news is this is mainly going to stay off the coast. It's going to mainly stay off land, but you're still seeing a lot of those impacts in Puerto Rico and the Virgin Islands and the Leewards, as well as in the Turks and Caicos. Those are expected to potentially get some heavy winds with that. They are under a tropical storm watch right there. They just issued that not too long ago, I believe, I believe at the 5 p.m. advisory. So that is something. What's up? Did anyone speak? Okay.
I don't think
All right.
so.
But yeah, that's kind of the situation we have. I'm just glad the Recon is out there right now looking at the sampling of this and just kind of going, okay, we have a general idea of what's going on right now. Hopefully, we'll get some more data in the near future, and it looks like we do. They're actually making that turn. They're about to go into the core of the system again and make that southwest and northeast pass right there. So that is some good news. We'll get some data and we'll get some sampling from that as well. So I'm looking forward to analyzing that. I'm sure everyone here is looking forward to analyzing that, just to give you a general idea
Mhm.
of what's going on. But is there anything, at least in terms of recon, that the callers would like to go over?
I do want to mention that that past recon um has missed the eye, which I can't really blame
Okay.
because the eye is like too small. I'm just uh making sure everyone knows.
All right. That's all right. Perfect. Anyway, we're one subscriber away from 13,500, so hit the subscribe button and like the stream if you haven't already. That would be much appreciated. But in the meantime, though, looking at this, it looks like, yeah, the eye from what before this underwent this started undergoing its cycle I believe the eye shrunk down to about 4 or 5 miles wide, if I'm not mistaken. Charlie, Charlie, I know you were measuring it before it underwent the ERC. Like how close did how small was that eye that you were able to measure?
Uh, two
Oh, what's up?
2.81 miles.
Whoa. Yeah, I believe that's the smallest eye since Wilma in that regard
Mhm.
right there.
Wilma was 2.3.
Yeah. Yeah, this came close to that. 2.8 miles wide. That is quite the insane situation right there. But yeah. Um I've really had no words with this system, just because of the fact that it went from a 45-mile-per-hour tropical storm that didn't do too much and was struggling a little bit to a Category 5 hurricane that's down to a high-end Cat 4, undergoing an Eyewall replacement cycle. Just what a crazy 48 hours this has been with this system. So, yeah, quite the situation we have right here. We're starting to see some convection blowing up in parts of Hispaniola as well on the latest satellite imagery right here. Puerto Rico is still going through that pretty strong band right now. Severe thunderstorm warning and a special marine warning is in effect for the areas along the coast for 60-mile-per-hour winds. So you're definitely going to want to pay attention to that. What do we got? What do we got here? Just looking at chat right here. All right. Okay. Okay. Never mind. All right. That's something. That's something different. But yeah. Okay. Delta. What are you Delta? What are you looking at on Live No Mic? What did you send us? And go ahead.
I sent a radar image. I have Radar Omega pulled up.
Yep. I got.
And I sent a image. So what we're looking for with an eyewall replacement cycle is a larger eyewall outside, a secondary eyewall outside of the main one. And then once that outside one establishes itself, it chokes off the inner one until it dies, and then the outer eyewall becomes dominant. From what it looks like to me is that the outer eyewall seems to be the one that is falling apart. So this may be a failed eyewall replacement cycle or a merger.
All right. Okay. What I want some other people to take a look at this. I want their thoughts on this as well.
I'm
Honestly,
looking at it.
All right.
You can
Go
go.
on.
Okay. So I'm looking at it, and it could have been a merger. We need to keep tabs on Recon to confirm anything, but it's very possible it could be an eyewall merger, which would not be great. Well, at least for if you don't want this to like be even more intense.
Yeah.
Um, we'll have to see though.
Yeah, a merger would not be optimal in this type of situation. Sorry for the flashing light seizure warning. I do apologize. Yeah, a merger would not be optimal in this type of situation. I discreetly remember what happened with Barrel because it underwent the first time it underwent an eyewall replacement cycle. It was actually a merger, and it was originally thought that it would weaken a bit, but then just the ERC just kind of happened in a span of about 6 hours, and pretty much the outer eyewall merged back in with the inner eyewall that was pretty established, and then the next day Barrel made landfall in Caracu, a 140-mile-per-hour hurricane, and became a Cat 5. That's why it would not be the most optimal, because if we are seeing a merger type of eyewall replacement cycle, that would in all essence speed up the process in regards to how this has been panning out. Any other thoughts on this?
Yes, the eye has just shrunk again. It's about 2.5 miles wide right now
Oh my
on radar.
goodness. On radar. Okay.
Yes.
My
I sent
goodness.
it to Mike No Chat.
2.5?
Yeah, live no mic. I'll take a look at that. Yeah.
Yep. And it's still lopsided. The strongest part of the eye is still on the southeast side.
Okay, so that's not radar bias then. All right, that helps. Charlie, you sent microwave imagery in live no mic. Would you like to kind of talk a little bit about this?
Yes. So this was not too long ago. This was a bit over an hour ago.
All right.
But so what you see here is that you see these bands, but you can also see that kind of like reddish, pinkish dot. That's where your main eyewall would be.
Right here. Yep.
And it does look like to the south and east of it there is another eyewall, and it's getting very close to it. So that could be. It definitely indicates that a eyewall. It's possible this could be an eyewall merger. I should say that.
Sure.
But it's also possible it could be a replacement cycle completely. We'll have to monitor this. But I actually want to know your opinion, Pat. Could that support a merger? Since you're the meteorologist, you probably know this better.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and take a stab at this. I also have some experience on this as well. Looking at this right here, this does not establish really a secondary eyewall around the eye right here. It's only establishing a kind of a partial eyewall or a very strong band right here. This would definitely be more of a favorable merger type of scenario right here, in my opinion, as well. I definitely agree with that, Charlie. It's definitely looking more possible that this is a merger than a full-blown ERC, but we'll just have to wait and see what happens. And I think the next few hours will be very critical for what will be happening, because if this somehow beats another eyewall replacement cycle, then we got a problem going into tomorrow morning, especially as DMAX starts to really pick up more convection and potentially intensifies this back to a Category 5. But yeah, looking at that microwave imagery, that would support more of a merger style compared to a traditional eyewall replacement cycle, where you have a secondary eyewall forming around that chokes out the inner eyewall. Yeah, that definitely, because of the banding and because of the way it's curved, and because of the fact that we don't really have an established secondary ring as of yet, that's definitely supports a merger right there. I could definitely see that, and that is not good. But
Yeah.
That is not good indeed.
yeah, but that's a piece of news I did not want to see tonight. Yeah, people.
Just a quick question.
Go for it.
Where's the storm motion going?
It's generally moving west-northwest, but I think it's... Hold on, I'm looking at these last few frames. It looks like it might be taking another jog towards the west, potentially. We'll have to see, but it's been, at least for right now, holding firm to the NHC track right now. But, okay, this is interesting. Right
Ooh.
here. Yeah. Okay, so Dapia actually has...
Seizure warning.
Yep,
Seizure
warning
warning.
for those prone to flashing lights. Thank you very much. Yeah, it's going to not be so bad, but... Okay, for two things I'm noticing. One, Dapia actually has this at 145 miles per hour, so that'll probably be the 10 p.m. advisory. Number two, the minus 80 cloud tops are wrapping around the eye again, right here. Are you guys seeing this? So
Yeah.
yeah, and also the eye is maybe starting to clear out a little bit more and look a bit more circular as well. That's just the last few frames. That
That's
is,
bad.
yeah, that's not a good sign right there. Um, we'll have to see how this ring
Yeah.
wraps around, but go ahead.
I was gonna say if it with that kind of that look, if it's becoming a bit more circular, that I think that proves even more it might be a merger, in my opinion.
I'm with you
I
100%
agree.
because, oh, go ahead.
I just want to let you know, after tracking on radar Omega, it seems to be making a west-northwest motion at the moment.
All right. I hope this does not jog further to the west because that's only going to put the Bahamas more in the line of fire. So, yeah, that's kind of what we're looking at right here. Yeah, that definitely to me looks like a merger, but oh man, that's I do not when I see convection like that blow up and wrap around rapidly along the this around the eye wall, that I really do not like because what that is an indication of is one of two things. Number one, the Eyewall replacement cycle is almost over, and two, this system may be getting back into action again, and I do not want to see that. So that's kind of what we're looking at right
I'm
here.
on Adaphia, and I want you to look at the track.
Yeah, what's up?
You gotta go to IRDIAAS. I'm looking at the track.
All right. Oh, compared to what we're expected. Oh, this is interesting.
Yeah, that red line is it just dropped. The eye is the red line is it just dropped and now it's going west.
Okay. Yeah, I'm looking at that. By the way, seizure warning to those prone to flashing lights once again. I'm going to take a quick look at that in a second, but okay, apparently we got, I'll look at that in a second, but apparently we got Recon right here. Okay. I'm looking at the top one right here.
You gotta zoom it. Oh yeah, but
I'll zoom up. Yeah, I'm zoomed in. Okay.
Which one? The left?
Yeah, the left one right here.
yeah,
That's your track. Um,
yeah.
yeah, it's generally west-northwest right now. It's wobbling. That's the thing. It's just kind of
Yeah.
erratic for some time. We'll watch that for sure, but yeah, I don't like the look of this right here, just objectively. But apparently apparently we do have Recon that might be going in. Let's take a quick look at that. Yeah, that's moving closer towards the core right there. We'll probably have some more stuff in the next 20 or so minutes right here. So that's something we'll want to watch. That'll be, I would really like to see that Recon data go in and look at the northeastern eyewall because that would be very intriguing to see for sure. But based on what I'm seeing with the current satellite imagery, I'm not particularly liking this right here, and I hope Recon can go in and do its thing. And oh, yikes! Seizure warning to those prone to flashing lights, but I need to show my tropical team this real quickly once again. Let's go ahead and get this right here. All right, let's do this. Yeah, this is definitely wrapping around, especially along the southeastern part right here.
Oh man.
Yeah,
I don't know if this is just an ominous feeling, but it reminds me of when Milton did second intensification phase when it went back up to a Cat 5 and just beamed towards Florida.
that.
Remember how
Yeah,
the pink wrapped all around the eye and was so thick
yeah,
and then just became a circle, a perfect circle?
yeah. I remember
Yeah.
that. That was crazy.
And that actually got near near 900 millibars
Yeah, I
on
think wasn't
second
it like
phase.
175 or so, or 165, one of those two. But anyway,
Yeah, 160.
okay. I just thought I'd ask, but yeah, that's kind of the situation we're looking at. I really do not like that. I keep repeating myself, but when I see satellite imagery like this, I go, yeah, this is a problem. So anyway, that's kind of our situation right here. With that, be sure to like the stream and subscribe to the channel if you are new. The goal, as always, is to get more people engaged with weather. So, yeah, I think if we haven't already, I think we're close for the to the merger getting done based on latest infrared. Let's look at. I'm gonna take a quick look at radar once again. Go back to tilt 1. Let's see. This is okay. Yep, this is the latest one right here. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and play this very quickly. Okay, yeah, this is radar scope. Hey Delta, can you go on Radar Omega and get a few scans for me just to look at what's going on in there? Because I'm a little curious to see how this is panning out.
Yeah, if by any chance, could I just share my
Yeah,
screen?
Yeah, let me go ahead and give you the floor for that. All right, you go for it.
Okay, here, everyone, is the last, I think like 30 frames.
Yeah.
30 frames from the Puerto Rico radar. As we can see, the inner eye wall seems to be reestablishing itself. Whereas if it was an eye wall replacement, you would have a secondary ring of convection trying to form around the main one. But in the case of a merger, the outside one will merge in with the already established one because the inner eye wall is still so strong. So I would have to assume, from my knowledge of eyewall replacement cycles and mergers, that this is an eyewall merger,
Yeah.
and that it is nearing completion.
Yeah, that actually reminds me of Barrel a little bit. I actually remember looking at it from the Barbados radar in terms of its process right there. Yeah, it looks like it was an attempted secondary eyewall that just couldn't get to act together, so it's just going to merge over to the second one right here. Going back to 150 frames, what are we going to see here?
You're going to see the general motion of the storm.
Yep, there's your
So
eye.
here's it. And you see, it doesn't always follow a straight line because these hurricanes, whenever they get so strong and when the eyes are so strong, you can get what's called wobbles.
Yeah.
Where it can deviate north, south, east, or west from its motion, not go backwards on itself, but it will deviate to the left or to the right. And you can tell, like right in these last couple frames, that it cuts back to the north-northwest versus a western component.
Yeah, that's a look I don't typically like. Yeah, with really intense storms, man, just all those wobbles I'm seeing right there, that's just insane. What's happening with this? So,
All right,
Yeah.
I'll give the floor back to you.
all right, thank you. All right, go ahead and exit out. Go ahead and exit out with your stream. Oh, go ahead and let's go ahead and. Oh, that was interesting. All right, let's go ahead and go back to what my satellite imagery right here. I'll go ahead and share my screen with you guys right here. All right, perfect. So let's pull up the latest frames right here over the last few minutes. Let's see how this happened. So, okay.
Yeah, Pat, with you loading up that imagery, I really want you to like take a look at like the eastern with the loop, like the eastern part, like the east of the eye. It's like
Sure.
really trying to expand to the east of the eye on the loop. I've noticed.
The convection.
Yeah, you can just see it being pushed.
Yeah, I'm noticing that also on the southern side as well, at least to some
Yeah.
extent. Yeah, that eastern side is getting pushed up right there. That's this windfield expanding in size, for sure.
Yeah.
Yep, I definitely can see it right there. Also, looking at more convection along the western part of it as well. So that's something you're going to want to watch as well. So, okay. What's the latest on the Recon? Okay, nothing just quite yet. We'll probably know in a couple of minutes, but yeah, just stay tuned for what we got with that. We'll look at the Recon, do a little bit of analysis, and then we'll take a little bit of time to discuss our new area of interest, just for the time being, just for a few minutes while we wait for more information on Erin, because we do have the 0Z guidance that's going to be coming in the next 15 to 20 minutes. We're going to have more data to look at as well. So you're going to want to stay tuned for that as well. This system, man, has just been one day after another just watching this. Pretty much, I don't know about you guys, but I feel like my analogy it kind of, I hit the nail on the head with this system, because remember how a few days ago I was saying this is a this may seem like a 45 mile per hour storm, but it's a scary 45 mile per hour storm.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
This is why. Like, this is the baseball player that batted .050 in the postseason and then just hit a 3-run home run afterward. So that's pretty much the perfect analogy with this right here. So yeah, but I'm definitely seeing that eastward expansion as well. Same with the southern expansion. Interestingly, I'm not seeing as big as a northward expansion as I would typically see, with the exception of it being on the eastern half. So that is
That might
intriguing
be
to.
your shear.
Oh yeah, yeah, that might be some shear to the north of it. Also noticing a little. I'm noticing a little bit of stuff happening to the northwest of this core right here. Are you guys seeing that? Are you guys seeing that lack of convection over there? That's intriguing right there.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
might be wind shear. Yeah, it could be wind shear.
Yeah, it looks like wind shear doing that right there, kind of trying to entrain itself right there. But so far, it's doing a good job of just keeping itself organized right here. So, yeah. All right. We're doing all right. But, okay, let's look at aircraft reconnaissance. Okay, we're moving further in. Already, they're kind of outside of the eye. They're like, this is how tight the pressure gradient is right here. We're at 45 knot flight level winds, and we're already at a 992 pressure, right, for you, ladies and gentlemen. That's interesting.
It's pretty tight.
Yeah, that's a
That's
very
pretty
tight
tight.
pressure gradient going into this. So you're definitely going to want to watch that. We'll keep you watching this. We'll keep you updated on that, but I am very concerned as to how this gets into this when this gets into the system, what kind of returns we're going to get with it. Because at this point, if we start seeing maybe a lower pressure or the same pressure, it's game on with this system. Right now, it's well protected from the shear. From what I've looked at, it's well protected from potentially the other hazards right now. Its merger is getting closer to completing. It's only a matter of time before things start going on. So, yeah, we'll have to pay attention to that. Be sure to like the stream, subscribe to the channel if you are new. The goal, as always, is to get more people engaged with weather. But yeah, that's what we have going on with Erin right now. Let's go ahead and briefly discuss our new area of interest tagged by the NHC right here. Climate Prediction Center also tagged this as well, not about a week ago, as a matter of fact. But here we go. An area of low pressure could form over the central tropical Atlantic to the middle to latter portions of next week from a westward moving tropical wave. Some subsequent development could occur as the system moves westward to northwestward around 15 miles per hour, 20% in the next 7 days. If you're in the Lesser Antilles, you're going to want to pay attention to this one as well. It was a good thing you kept an eye on Erin, but you're not out of the woods at all with this, because, man, that is interesting. Based on what you're seeing right here, guys, what are your thoughts on this area of interest right here, and potentially what could be going on with it before we get back to Erin?
It could be a pretty good threat to the lesser, greater of the Bahamas, maybe even Florida. I saw the GFS has like a major hurricane landfall on the Panhandle or the Big Bend area on Florida
Yeah.
and the Keys. But I mean that's 5 days out, but still 5 days. That's pretty close.
For the system moving, yeah, for the system developing, yeah.
Yeah, it's very close.
Yep.
Yeah, we've been seeing a lot of ensembles pick up with that. I've been watching the ensemble trends, and we've definitely been seeing quite the uptick on the members and how strong the members are. So, any interest in the Lesser Antilles, the Leeward, Hispaniola, Jamaica, maybe even Cuba down the road, and even the Gulf, potentially the Gulf Coast down the road. We don't know what will happen there.
Sure. Yeah, we're going to want to watch this. And another thing we need to note here is this is
Into this,
actually. Oh, go
it's
ahead.
not an immediate threat by no means, but you definitely it's coming off. That wave is pretty good. I think at least for the winds. I
Yeah.
believe it had some. Yeah,
Let me look at satellite
Mhm.
imagery real quickly.
I think I saw it had like an LLC coming off,
Yeah, I saw that too. So already a
Yeah.
pretty healthy
which is very
wave.
interesting.
Yeah.
This is very interesting.
Another thing to note as well, it's going to be moving not in the same direction Erin did. So these waters are going to be undisturbed, like with the 28s and the 29 degrees Celsius waters in this part of the main development region as well. So that is also another area that I am concerned about. So yeah, that's your situation we're dealing with because we already have Erin right here. We could see another system in the next few days, potentially while Erin is still in the Atlantic right now as a hurricane, which was pretty interesting to deal with. But yeah, that's kind of what we're looking at with that area of interest. Overall, not an immediate threat, but you're definitely going to want to watch that if you're in the Lesser Antilles because this could potentially be another one of those scenarios where where this system organizes and develops and then heads in towards the Caribbean region right there. That's something we don't want to see. We'll have to keep you updated on that. But back to Erin now as we move through with this right here. Looking at this right now, yeah, this is pretty interesting. Okay, definitely seeing some building up. Okay, the convection across parts of the eastern part of the Eyewall is kind of leveled off a little bit, but we're seeing a pretty big increase. Like, we're seeing another big wraparound from the northwestern to the southwestern Eyewall, if you guys are noticing this, and again in parts of the northern part too. So that's going to be very interesting to watch as well. Also, are you noticing the eye starting to clear out a bit more?
a little bit.
yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, like a little bit.
Hey, Pat, I
Yep.
sent two things to Live No Mic, and I think they'll be really interesting to go over.
Okay, yeah. All right.
Mm.
Yeah, this is the drops and data that this is the drops in data at the initial intensity, the peak intensity right there, as well. Yeah. Oh, this is interesting. Oh, I gotta look at this tweet right here very quickly. All right, this is August 16th. Images from the Hurricane Hunter and the NOAA satellites show an intense eyewall in Hurricane Erin. This photo shows the ocean surface calm in the eye and roaring in the eyewall.
Just goes.
Oh yeah, look at the contrast right here, guys.
Yeah.
And this is what we mean by an extremely tight pressure gradient and wind gradient, because it literally can go from 0 to on the left side of the photo where
Yep.
it's in the eye, there's almost no wind or turbulence, to just beginning to hit the eye wall, and now all of a sudden you see all the waves from these winds at the surface.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would definitely not want to be in that for sure. Calm roaring over here. That's just how. That's literally is 0 to 100 picturized. Like, you can't get a better shot than this. But that's quite the crazy photo that we just saw. They're about to punch into the core of this system right here. They're about to punch into the core of Erin. What are you guys' thoughts? I'm bracing for impact based on what we might be seeing, especially based on satellite as well.
Yeah, definitely. I've also noticed you were just talking about it, Pat, with that southwestern convection.
Yeah.
I think it's definitely trying to wrap around, but I think it's predominantly there because you also talked about how like that northwestern side, it almost looks like wind shear's trying to kind of chip at it. I think it's trying to protect itself from that shear, and also obviously the eyewall replacement cycle or merger, most likely a merger. I
Yeah.
think that's why we're predominantly seeing that convection right there.
Definitely. So it's kind of doing two things at once. You're saying?
Yeah. And also in live no Mike, I sent another image from the Hurricane Hunters with the stadium effect.
Oh, I'm gonna show this. This is your
Oh
classic.
yeah, I saw that.
This is your classic stadium
Oh,
effect in the eyewall, guys. Look at how small that is. Normally it's within tens of miles. This is only within a few.
Yeah.
reminds me of Milton.
A little bit, yeah. Man, this has to be one of the that's a textbook eye right here, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. Okay, let's see the latest satellite imagery right here. Let's see. What we got with Erin. Then we got this. Okay. Oh my.
Oh,
The
seizure warning.
yeah,
Seizure
seizure
warning.
warning to those prone to flashing lights, but my goodness, what happened over the last few frames? The minus 80 is almost wrapped around the entire eye.
Mm-hmm.
About 75 to 80% right there. Especially
What is the minus 90?
there's no minus 90 right now from what I'm seeing, but my goodness, this is close. Wow.
By the way, I just want to highlight something. It's not like for like an immediate thing, but I'm just making sure everyone knows what's happening with the sea surface temperatures. The Gulf of Mexico is basically a loaded gun.
Yeah,
That's all I'm saying.
that might be important for our next system if it gets that far.
Mm-hmm.
My goodness.
I don't think it has been tapped since
Since Milton.
Milton.
Since Milton.
Yeah.
I know Raphael went in there, but it dissipated over the Gulf.
Yeah.
All
Probably
right.
due to still Milton's stuff. but-
Okay. They're in. They just moved through the eye.
Oh, they hit it? They hit the eye?
No, they not quite. They moved through center. They found an
Oh.
extrapolated pressure of 935, but that's, I believe, outside of the eye right there. I think they just missed it. Yeah.
Okay.
Wait. Yeah. No. Yeah. That's. Yep. They did. Yep. They missed it a little bit. We'll see what happens when it comes out the northeastern side, but
Yeah.
yeah, it looks like.
By the way, on satellite, you can't even see it. You can't even see any of the eye. You can see like a little dip, but that's it.
Yeah, the eye is cloud covered right now.
Yeah.
Let me do my estimations right here. I want to drop some data, but if this is 935 extrapolated, that 30 knots or so, that's 932 millibars. What was the extrapolated last time? Around 9. It was a little bit high. It's around 933 or so. So definitely at least holding its intensity right here.
Yeah, the drops on from that last pass had a 933 with a 30 knot splash, so a 930.
Yep. I hope they can get into the eye tonight because that would be very nice to see what's going on in there. But I guess beggars can't be choosers right now. For right now, we'll have to be patient. But I'm curious to see what the northeastern eyewall is going to look like. That's my main concern, especially with that increased satellite imagery right there. We'll know more in a few minutes, but that's your situation we have for you right there. Okay, let's look at the latest for current storms. Okay, the 0Z guidance is out. The 0Z guidance is out. Let's look at it.
Oh,
Here's the
oh, zero Z
18Z.
guys.
Here's the 0Z. Oh, let me go ahead and zoom this up to 150%.
A bit.
That's further to the
Maybe
west,
a little
guys.
bit westward.
That's a little bit
Yeah,
further to the
that's a
west.
little bit to the west.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. That shifted.
That's a little worrisome.
This needs to thread a needle to get out of here with people unscathed. That's your
Yeah.
track models.
I feel like what's going to happen is there's going to be a tropical storm watch, potentially a hurricane watch, for some of the Bahamas archipelago and Turks and Caicos.
Yeah, I could definitely see a potential tropical storm. It depends on how much the storm expands in size too. You have to take that into consideration. But
Yeah, that's true.
I do not like that
The
shift.
cone doesn't tell you the whole story.
No,
The
it
cone does
doesn't.
not tell you the whole story.
Let's go ahead and look at here's the intensity runs. Intensity runs want this to strengthen back up a little bit, but then start to weaken after about 24 hours because of wind shear and all of that. Compare that to the 18Z. Yeah, it shows a similar picture right here, but it's a bit more spread out. So we'll have to see how have to see what Recon comes up with and how things will pan out. But my man,
But yeah.
go ahead.
But remember, most of the models weren't keen on it being Cat 5. By the way, seizure warning.
Yep. Thank you.
And it defied all models, including the NHC, when the NHC pleads with the storm to go northwestwards. It just doesn't because the ridge is forcing it south.
Yeah. Yeah, this system's
Expect anything.
Yeah, the system's consolidating. You're also noticing increased convection on the west of the core. It's definitely trying to protect itself from the shear right now. And so far, it's doing a good job of it. It's also being helped by the fact that it's completing a merger right now. So that's going to kind of push the storm out a little bit and protect the core a bit more. But it won't be nearly as much as a traditional eyewall replacement cycle, which would be detrimental to its to its intensity. But that's interesting for sure. But yeah,
Indeed.
The satellite's consolidating itself more. So, yep. This is going to thread a needle. And that's unfortunate. Because that puts everyone on edge right there.
Man. It's bad.
Yeah.
Really good.
Okay. Hopefully Recon comes in soon. We're just a couple minutes
Just
away.
a quick question.
Go for it.
How fast is the shear? What's the shear on this thing?
Let me look at it real quickly. Let me see if I can actually. I'm gonna see if I can look at. All right, there we go. No, I don't want to do that. Okay. I'll I'll look at it in a second, but yeah.
Okay.
Oh, looks like we do. Looks like we might have some data coming in very shortly. From the Recon, the time's updated, just the maps haven't. I am waiting.
I think it's rebuilding.
Oh, it definitely is. It is.
What?
Yep, it
Level
is.
winds of over 125 knots.
Looking at around 130, 132 knots right there. SFMR is 150 knots. I'm sorry.
It's unsuspect though.
Yeah, it's unflagged, but 150 knot SFMR to 132 knot flight level winds. Yeah. This system's definitely
believe
building
that.
back up. Oh, by a long shot, it's building back up.
Here, I put it in live no mic so you can pull it up.
All right. Thank you very much. Oh, thanks, Fast. I'll look at that in a second. Yep, I see it. I already have it pulled up. But man, I don't like that. What's the Yeah, there's no way. Yeah, there's no way that there's going to be a drop send with this. Hopefully, it drops in the northeastern Eyewall because I'd love to see that.
I would say that 145 knot, 150 is an instantaneous gust.
Yeah, I agree. Right
Yeah.
there, but
with
this
the flight
is
level winds
rebuilding.
increasing,
Yeah, flight level winds are going
it is
up.
rebuilding.
I think the merger's cooked at this point. I think the merger's almost either 90% done or 100% done at this point. But
All right. How long has it been?
a few hours, I'd say.
Oh. Okay.
But yeah, I do not like looking at that recon data. Yeah, satellite imagery is looking more impressive too. The eye's definitely clearing out a bit more. We're seeing a little bit warmer cloud tops in the eye right now. So that's also some stuff going on. But this storm continues to defy expectations. And we're not even late in the night. It's only 9 o'clock at night Eastern time.
Right. It's 9:10 right now. And it already completes merger.
Delta, could you look on Radar Omega, see the latest frame on that for me, please? Because I want to see how it's progressing right now. Because
Here, I can send it to you.
Please do. But yeah, that's a very bad sign. Yeah, it's still moving to the west-northwest for now. No wobbling just yet. We'll have to see how this pans out. So, oh, yep, just sent it. Let me take a quick. Okay. Yeah, that's in the process of merging right now. That is definitely in the process of merging. You can definitely see it's almost conjoined right here, except for this small tendril right here. You guys see that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like 90% complete. That's going to be done in the next hour or two. We'll have to watch that. But that is quite the escalation of events right there, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, be sure to like the stream, subscribe to the channel if you are new. The goal, as always, is to get more people engaged with weather. We have a bit of a show that we have for you tonight with more recon, with more satellite, with a little bit of everything tonight, too. We get to show you all the fun stuff. Okay, Charlie's got something for us. right here. Oh, oh my. Okay, I'm looking at this now. All right,
Yeah.
Charlie, would you like me to say it, or do you want to talk about it?
I mean, if you want to, you can.
All right, I'll go ahead. What we had at the Recon Pass 1 was evidence of two eyewalls right here. 1 and 2 right here. There was a blip up here and then a much larger blip over here. Now in the next Recon Pass, that area is gone. That that eyewall replacement cycle is pretty much, at least according to this right here, it's gone. It's done. Yeah, this is going to be this is going to intensify tonight. That's what I'm gathering from this. Because you still have
Yep.
29 degrees Celsius, over 100 OHC, wind shear that the system is getting protected from. Yeah, I would not be surprised that in the overnight hours this re-intensifies to a Cat 5. It still has a little ways to go, but yeah, the eyewall replacement cycle is very, very is pretty much non-existent anymore. So that's not good.
It's moving left again. It's moving more westerly, wobbling again a little bit. I just looked on radar.
Oh, that's not good. Looks like it's
That is not good.
another bad sign. Even on
Yeah, it's
satellite, I
not
was looking
moving
at-
like south, but it is moving west again.
Thank you very much for that.
Yep.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, here's the wind shear that this is dealing with. Hey guys, I have a question for you. What shear? In the immediate area,
Here.
what shear?
No shear.
Yep, except for this anticyclone over here, this is in prime conditions to develop, to strengthen for another day or so. Wow.
Hey, Pat, I would like your opinion on this.
Yes.
Considering the fact that all the models so far have busted, and I know that the system itself can infect the ridges, can a ridge. Do you think that Erin may be to some extent ridge pumping the Atlantic or the eastern U.S. ridge? That's why it's still going west.
It's been happening for hours. Yeah. It's been happening for hours because of how tight that pressure gradient is. It's been doing that for quite some time because you have those pressure gradients kind of getting aligned. It's pumping up the ridge, and that's why it's wobbling further to the west. Even Kaiser was actually talking about this quite a bit earlier today. So that's interesting. But yeah, thanks for asking the question. But to answer it, it's been going on for a while. So yeah. We'll have to see how this pans out right there, but my goodness, this is quite the situation now. Hopefully we get some more Recon.
Got the latest drops on in the eye.
Oh, we did?
The structure has improved on the eye.
Yeah, 935 millibars at 13 knots. Yeah, it's still holding its same pressure, but those winds are catching up. What was the last eye drop zone right here? Oh yeah, it's considerably better. The structure is considerably better with that temperature and that dew point. You like to see it vertically shaped like this compared to what we had previously, which is more ragged. You like seeing that V. You want to see that V shape if you want intensification. So yeah, we're about to see we're about to see this blast off again. Get ready for a long night, guys. And hey, at least on the bright side, Saturday, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I guess you could say that.
Yeah. So.
Yep.
But man,
Erin, part 2.
Yep. Pretty much kind of, I don't like making comparisons like this, but kind of the Milton of the Southwest Atlantic right here, except Milton was way stronger.
I would also like to bring up that what my prediction about what would happen with Erin when it came to its structure did come to pass, because what were we seeing early last night or even the night before? There was almost no convection on Erin, and I
Yep.
said that this system would likely hibernate through the MDR until it got close to the Lesser Antilles for better conditions.
Yeah.
And then we just saw Erin blast off. And this is why you need to stay on top of these systems with the environment and the ocean and how volatile they are. It's because if you were not paying attention for the last 2 days and you came to see, oh, I'm just going to check on that little tropical storm again, Cat 5.
Why do you think we spent so many streams talking about this, going over this over and over and over again, night after night?
Is to make sure that people are kept aware of the tropics.
That's for sure. Wow. Just one of the most unbelievable intensification phases I'd ever seen with this.
Yeah, I did not think this was going to happen at this level. Like, I think earlier, Delta told me earlier ago, it like dropped to 80 millibars in 24 hours.
Yep. It did.
I actually did send a graph of the pressure trends in a live no mic above the tweet with the Eyewall.
Let me see. Oh, yeah.
It's above the National Hurricane Center tweet.
I got it. That is your drop right there, ladies and gentlemen. 0 UTC. Oh, man. From pretty much 12 UTC, 998 millibars to, to 926. Joseph Cook with the $2 donation to the cause, prepared in Southeast Georgia. Thank you very much for the $2 donation. We really appreciate that here. Also, like the stream, subscribe to the channel if you are new. The goal, as always, is to get more people engaged with weather, but this is pretty much an 80 millibar drop in a little bit more than 24 hours. So, yeah, that's quite concerning right there.
And it dropped further because this only took into account the 926. It dropped further to an official 915.
Yeah, and let's look at this. I think it was at 996 or 995 24 hours previously. So 80 millibar drop. So, oh man, that kind of intensification is something that you do not want to see unless this is this close to land right here. You don't really want to see this anywhere, let alone close to Puerto Rico and those areas right there. So that's quite your interesting situation with just how quickly this has been developing right here. But yeah, looking at satellite once again, we could see another intensification phase tonight. Blissful with the $5 donation. New York City area off the table. What about Erin? Are we good for a while? Thank you again, Pat. Looks like, yeah, New York City is off the table for right now. And what about after Erin? Well, we do have a new area of interest tagged right here. We went over this for a few minutes right here. This could be a potential Caribbean threat as well. And we are looking at models and ensembles really upticking with this. And the wave came off with a pretty impressive low-level circulation. So you're going to want to pay attention to this again. But anyway, thank you once again for the $5 donation. Any support to the channel really helps out a lot. So thank you once again. But yeah, that's where we're at tonight. Yeah, the pressure went up a little, quite a bit, but don't expect that to last long. Okay, we need to look at Recon very quickly. Okay, hey guys, looks like the northwestern part is consistently, like, we're looking at consistent hurricane force winds with this part of the part of the core right here on the northwestern side. Are you
It's
guys seeing this?
expanding. That side is expanding.
Yeah, that's clearly expansion right there, especially on the eastern side. So, yeah, those are hurricane force winds, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, that wind field's really expanding, despite the fact that Erin's only going through a merger eyeball replacement cycle. If a system's expanding in size like this and then it blows up and again in intensity, that's even more terrifying, to be honest. Because you have a bigger storm with a lot more power, and then it intensifies again, which makes things even worse. So that's what's going on. I do not like to see that again. Everything I've seen from this recon pass spells bad news. Hey guys, do we know if there's going to be any more recon tonight that's going to be going through this?
I can check the plan.
Please do. Because I would love to know, and that could be very intriguing with how this pans out. I'm curious to see if they put another drop send in that. Joseph Cook, smash that like button. Yes, like the stream and subscribe to the channel if you are new. It would really appreciate. It goes a long way to supporting the channel. It means a lot as well. So that's where we're at. Oh, seizure warning. My apologies. Okay. There we go. Let's look at this. I'll look at satellite for a bit. Okay. Oh, this is interesting. Looks like the cloud tops of the
Seizure
eastern side are
warning.
warning.
Again.
Yep, seizure warning. The cloud tops are warming for sure. You're going to want to take a look at this, guys. So there we go.
Yeah.
Looks like they are, but man,
It looks like they're retreating the eastern side
but while that's
and
happening,
kind of conjugating.
that has really expanded quite a bit. So that's something you're going to want to keep in mind as well. So, all right. Yeah,
That CDO.
I
is
know.
way more
Oh,
circular.
go ahead. Who wants to go?
Delta can go.
All right, go
I
ahead.
was just saying that the CDO is getting more circular again.
Yeah, it's starting to. Yeah, it looks like that band that's moving through Puerto Rico and heading towards Hispaniola is starting to weaken a little bit too. So that is some good, at least a good sign for those areas right there. But it's really consolidating on the western side of that. Is it trying to block off from maybe some potential shear right here? I know it's starting to over here as well. So yeah,
Yeah, that's what my thinking is.
yeah, it's still consolidating. It's way more symmetrical than it was previously, but yeah. Okay. So, all right.
Also, by the way, Patty, I know you asked this. The next recon flight is in 3 hours.
Okay, that's good. That's some good news right there. I would finally, but man, maybe it. All right. That's I'm just shocked at how this has developed. Let's look at. Okay, Recon's not quite in yet. I really want to see another pass soon because, yeah, we'll have to see what happens with this. But okay, let's refresh real quickly and do that. All right, yeah, that's. Yeah, that's a lot more consolidated than previously. So, I do not like the look of this. Oh, live no mic. Oh, we got the latest right here for Radar Omega. Thank you very much, Delta. I'm taking a look at that. Yeah, there is a band right here, but yeah, expect this to be gone in the next couple of hours or so. That's my guess. But with the latest data we have seen tonight, all signs point to concern and all signs point to potential intensification at this current time. So we're going to have to monitor this. We'll keep you updated as the night goes on. But my goodness, just all the developments we have seen. All the developments we have seen with satellite imagery getting better. Just out of curiosity, I want to see what Dvorak is going for right here. Oh, Dvorak is starting to increase in strength as well again. We went back up to from 935 to 933. Adjusted ADT is 5.8. Final is 5.9. Right now, looking at that, yeah, it's definitely starting to rebound quite a bit as well. So, definitely starting to see a decrease in pressure according to Dvorak. So, satellite estimates are definitely picking up on this. So, yep. So, based on what we've seen so far,
I think.
Oh, go ahead.
No, go. You go.
I was just going to ask your guys' thoughts on what we've seen tonight.
Oh, I think that the next advisory it will definitely be, maybe 155 at 155 at least, and then 160 at most.
I'm thinking 145.
Like back up to 5.
I'm thinking 145.
145.
It's gonna take time to consolidate and reorganize. It's gonna take time to start
Yeah,
it up
true.
again.
I want to wait for one more recon pass and
Sure.
see if those flight level winds keep increasing before I make a prediction.
Yeah, for sure. But overall, what are your thoughts for tonight so far from what we've seen?
Mind blowing. It's just crazy.
Oh yeah.
By the way, I just want to highlight something. There's more bands. You see, due west of the storm,
Yep, I see it.
like literally right off the storm. Is that probably due to the night because it's nighttime?
This right here.
It's now blowing up convection.
This right
Yeah,
here?
the convection.
I think that's battling.
Yeah.
I think that's protecting it from shear.
Oh,
Yeah. If it were going to see more nighttime convection, it would be already over in the core, and we've seen that on numerous occasions.
it would.
Yep.
Oh. Okay.
That's what we would see.
It actually looks like the core is getting much more circular. Like you see
Yeah.
those white tops on the south part of the core receding.
It's not as ragged as before.
To
It's
the core.
consolidating quite a bit.
It looks like the eye just wants to open back up like anytime soon.
I can see that. Yeah. Anyone else's thoughts?
I
This
also-
is
What's up?
I do want to say like an observation for anybody who knows anybody in Puerto Rico or who is in Puerto Rico. San Juan, I think San,
San Juan.
the capital San. Yeah,
Yes,
and
San
areas
Juan.
surrounding that. That area is now in a considerable flash flood warning.
Oh my.
With that's Erin's outer bands producing heavy rain across the warned area between 1 and 3 inches have fallen already, and additional 1 to 3 inches are expected. So, please, if you're in that area, consider seeking higher ground. That's basically it. If you haven't, obviously with your hurricane preparedness, should have already been prepared.
Yep.
But please seek higher ground.
For sure.
Mhm.
But yeah, that's a fact. Yeah, if remember, turn around, don't drown, as always. And if you're under a flash flood warning, a few inches of rain can wash away your vehicle. So always remember that as well. But let's look at Recon because we haven't seen that in a little bit. Okay. Yeah, it looks like, yeah, those winds have expanded quite a bit. Same with the tropical storm force winds too. So, oh, did we get hold on? Did we get a drop? Oh, we got a drop in the northeast. Okay, we got a drop. Okay, we got a northeastern eyewall drop that has 82 knots at the surface, right there.
Pat, we got some bad news.
What's up?
I'm 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 looking at I'm on the weather wise and the category 1, the hurricane winds is getting closer to the medium we pluglet,
Don't you mean
the
the tropical
hurricane
storm
force
force winds?
winds.
Yeah, I'm seeing that as well.
Yeah. The bands are
Yep.
almost reaching
Yeah,
the
that's getting
DR.
close to Hispaniola right there. All right. Yeah, thanks for letting us know about that. I've been watching it quite a bit. Also noticing more convection firing up a little bit behind that as well, so you want to stay tuned for that. Yeah, that's... I don't like what I'm seeing. I will tell you that right now. I don't think any of us are liking what we see. Yeah, 935 to 935. Right here.
Pat,
Yep.
I'm on a rare scope, looking at velocity, and I'm seeing multiple pixels of like 120, like high 120s mile an hour and 130s, and on the other side, like cat 3 winds, like 115, 118.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll have to see on some frames,
Sure.
seeing what this is gonna do.
Sure. You also have to keep in mind that velocity is at like 20,000 feet up at that point. It's because the beam goes out in an
Yes.
angle, so that is something to consider.
Yes.
But yeah, this is still a very strong system. It's just the question is, how are things going to go? So, yep,
I'm aware of that. I am aware of that.
absolutely. But yeah, thanks for letting me know about that. That's something we don't really look at too often. So, okay, let's go ahead and look at the latest satellite and the latest and greatest here. Okay. Yeah, the eye is definitely starting to grow. We're looking at a larger eye now, guys. We can confirm that a little bit.
Seizure warning.
Yep.
Seizure warning.
Thank you. Yeah, this is a larger eye. Are you guys seeing this?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
We're dealing
I
with
was
a
just about
larger
to say
eye.
that.
Yep. Yeah.
Wait, is it turning westwards? Is it going due west?
Not quite. Maybe a little bit, a tick more to the west, but yeah, we're dealing with a larger eye right here. Not particularly large, but it's definitely quite a ways larger than we were previously. Before we were thinking like 2 miles wide. Now we're thinking maybe it's like 10 miles wide. So definitely a lot larger, but still small if you think about it for a bit.
Yeah, small for an eye. Small for like a regular hurricane eye.
But definitely a lot larger than what we've seen previously.
I would just like
Yeah.
to bring up the fact that according to the dropson data, the system has only gained about 1/10 of a degree in latitude.
Oh.
Since
Oh,
wait,
wow.
since when? What was the time between the drops?
The latest drop was about 1 o'clock Zulu, and the last drop before that was 23:18 Zulu.
That's almost 2 hours. That's an almost 2-hour difference.
Hello.
Mhm.
Hey, Weather Kingdom.
Hey, Kingdom.
Hey.
Hey, I've been seeing you on the streams, man. You're doing pretty good.
Yeah, I know. I've been trying to help you out because I know yesterday with everything, and we did really good yesterday, honestly.
Yeah,
Mhm.
you're doing pretty good with
I
that.
got a
But
question.
hey, welcome to the big show. What's your thoughts on what you're seeing so far with Erin?
I was at work, but what I have seen here is this is a merger or an eyewall replacement. It's easy to tell here because now we have a new eye forming on satellite, and it's a lot bigger.
Yeah.
I do know they dropped it down to 150. That's very understandable. That happens with eyewall replacement cycles. The westward movement has now become a west northwest movement. Still very far to the south. And the question I have here is when this merger is done, it looks like it's getting close according to the satellite and stuff. I do think we are going to have a much bigger but clear eye, and I do think we can easily get back to category 5. Also, with it being a little bit stronger, question is, does it maybe have once again those wobbles to the west? Because there's been a lot of wobbles to the west. Yeah, we gained 21.1, but we're already at 66 degrees west. I mean, if this goes west northwest all the way to 70 degrees, Bahamas already under tropical storm watches.
Yeah.
Also, there's been a big uptick. I think you had it in your thumbnail of a massive hurricane, another storm potentially
Yep.
behind
Been
this
watching
one,
it. It's a
and it's been
20%
pretty
here.
consistent. Oh, they tagged it.
They tagged it. But please continue.
Oh, but yeah, that's my latest thinking.
All right. Before we do anything else, this is Weather Kingdom's YouTube channel. Can we get him up to 500 subs, guys? Go ahead and click that link and subscribe to him and all of that. Let's try to get him to 500 subs and then watch his stream so that way we can get him monetized so that way I can go ahead and donate to him because he's been doing such a great
Oh,
job.
you don't have to.
Yeah. Yeah, can we get him to 500 subs tonight, please? Because he's been doing a fantastic job. But anyway, back to the whole thing. Yeah, it's been quite an adventure for sure with Erin, just with how quickly this has intensified right here, man. I've been seeing your streams too. I've been watching them, and you've been covering, quite frankly, at least up to this point, the show of your life right here. Oh,
Yeah.
Okay, we got something right here. Delta sent me something. We have apparently right here a 9-mile wide eye right now, so definitely a lot larger now. So that'll be something we're gonna want to watch. So
Is Recon?
Recon is in there. They have.
I have a question for you guys.
Yep.
Do you guys think this is gonna go north and out to sea now, or do you think we're gonna is there gonna be any more westward jogs? I mean, latest model gets it pretty close to the Carolinas. Do you guys think this is it with the trend, or do you think we can get even closer?
We'll have to see. We'll have to see.
Yeah, it depends.
Weather Kingdom. Weather Kingdom. 57 more subscribers. After that, you'll be able to have super chats and create members on your YouTube channel.
Yep, that's
that
right.
Close.
Yeah,
we're giving him some free promo, but we'll talk more about that in a little bit. Right now, my main focus is on Erin. Obviously.
Also, I'm noticing. Oh, the last few frames on radar is a little bit more west. We have a little westward jog in the last few frames, but this is a little. I get it. We're moving west northwest, but these little west movements are what's the word? When it goes a little bit more west and the track it should be on, it's very big. I forget the term of it. I have a brain fart right now.
It's a small difference at first, but then it becomes a larger difference down the road. Does that help?
Yeah, sure, that helps. But we're going to have to watch for another westward movement.
Weather Kingdom.
Yeah.
I just want to let you know, I brought this up to Pat just a few minutes ago, but according to the drop positions in the eye of the drop zones, the eye has only gained about 1/10 of a degree of latitude over the last almost 2 hours.
6. Okay, that's not. Oh wow, this hurricane's looking like it's about to. Uh oh. Uh oh.
Yeah.
I
Uh-oh,
think we're
indeed.
about to. Oh no, we're about to. Oh no, you guys. I think we're about to have a Milton second peak here.
Oh
You.
man.
Hey. By the way, these eyewall replacements. Remember, in Milton,
Yeah.
the first go around. What was its first peak of strength?
180.
Was it 175? 180. And then the second peak was what, 185?
It was 165.
Oh. What could be
Mhm.
possibility also? I mean, this is really moving more west and north. I mean, really like west, west, north, west, but and maybe just it's west north, west northwest. But one thing I'm noticing is usually when you do get eyewall replacements, the wind field larges big time, and we noticed that on the latest recon, these hurricane forces, when it's on the northern side, stretches out much farther out than previous. And if we get and this is big as the storm is getting into these mergers and eyewall replacement cycles, this is going to spreading out the impacts. And even if it's farther away from the Bahamas and not direct impacts, by then this wind field is going to be much larger and you won't need the center to go over. That's just a big thing also, even into the Carolinas coast. Yeah, it's not going to make potentially a landfall, but with the wind field getting larger and the storm expanding, we're going to have some impacts. And that's just a big thing I want to show for you guys to know that these mergers, yes, they're good for the weakening, but they can also strengthen the storm even faster the second go around.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
something to keep you guys heads up. And this is not even
Mhm.
D-Max. And with the eye already trying to come out and this merger, or was it an eyewall replacement or merger?
This is
Do we
most
know?
likely a merger.
Yeah, I like the emerger after recent data.
I mean, with the eye getting better and better organized, and it looks like we're having a little westward jog that's very big.
Yeah.
Every westward jog is very big. Yeah. Um,
Okay.
just
I'm
something to
looking at
bring up.
WeatherWise, and they sent out some new information. They said on WeatherWise radar, the storm is currently 160 miles per hour. The wind speeds and the gust winds
I
is 196.666, and they got it as it's a category 5,
okay.
they also got it as it's moving west.
I'm looking at
Also,
it.
can I
Hold on a
say
second,
something
Weather
else?
Kingdom. Can I respond very
Okay.
quickly? Um,
Yes.
I saw that in the chat. Someone put it in there as well. But for now, I'm waiting on recon data to confirm that as well. So we'll keep an eye on it. But Weather Kingdom, can I do something real quickly? Because Delta just sent me something on the
Yeah.
desk. This was
Yeah.
the
No
this
problem.
was the wind field earlier this evening when we were looking at an eyewall replacement cycle, a very tiny wind field, very compact. This is where we're at right now. It's significantly larger, especially on the eastern side right here. So this system is really growing in size right now. So you're going to want to pay attention to that. Also, the ice really starting to pop up a bit more. It's starting to clear out as well. It's becoming a bit more circular as well on the latest frame. So you're going to want to pay attention to that as well. This could be going for round 2, but Weather Kingdom, please go ahead.
We are getting a lot of information in Puerto Rico and the Leeward Islands of, even this storm further north. We're getting major concerning impacts. We got multiple flood warnings. We got multiple even severe thunderstorm warnings. Special weather advisories for 50 or so mile an hour winds. I mean, with this storm being this far north, I mean, it is bringing some pretty big impacts, also bringing power outages across Puerto Rico. And this storm is probably a good 300 miles to the north of you guys. So it just shows you that not just the eyewall replacement cycle has grown this storm, but you can never always look at the center of the cone. It's always been a big thing. There's impacts away from the eye of the storm. And
Yes,
it's
there is.
clearly a prime example with the British Virgin Islands. They've been in these rain bands for the entire day now. And it doesn't look like it's going to end. And I'm a little afraid about the British Virgin Islands because we do got flood warnings for up to already 4 inches of rain. And it doesn't look like it's going to end anytime soon. So by the end of this system gets away from Puerto Rico and the British Virgin Islands, I do think there could be even some deaths and
Yeah.
actually major flooding. And it would just show to go that, yeah, it didn't make any landfall, but it definitely brought some major impacts still being this far north.
Yeah, someone
Because
in
everybody
chat-
always
go ahead.
focuses on the cone.
Yeah,
on that.
someone in chat was talking about how the elephant in the room is not the winds, but it's the flooding and the rain. Yeah, absolutely, we agree with you on that 100%. Because I feel like the flooding, the flooding threat in particular too is kind of under talked about as well. Weather Kingdom, thank you very much for bringing that up as well and really emphasizing that as well. Go subscribe to him again. We're getting him up to 500 subs tonight, so let's see if we can do it. But anyway, yeah. Anyway, does anyone else have anything they'd like to add?
Yes.
Go for it.
To add on to Weather Kingdom, about the windfield. Yes, it's true. People always say like, oh, the cone, you should always look at the cone. That's not always the case. Don't just look at the cone. You also need to take account the windfield. Take for example Milton. Milton's cone was just aimed at Tampa, but the windfield covered the entire state of Florida. These are the key differences that people usually misinterpret.
Yeah.
So always check the windfield as well. Doesn't matter. The system could be hundreds of miles out, and you could still get like 40 mile an hour. You can still get impacts. Take for example Sandy. The thing was massive, and that thing was like far out.
I have breaking news.
Go for it.
There was a 56 mile an hour gust in one of the bands that hit Puerto Rico near San Juan.
Wow.
By the way, I reported observed damage also in one of the bands. So it just shows to go that 50, 60 mile an hour winds
Yeah.
are still being reported even in the islands with these strong bands.
Yeah, it goes to show for sure with that, man. That just raises a question. Why haven't they really issued tropical storm warnings yet if they're seeing these kind of winds right here? The wind field is definitely expanding to the south and towards the east as well.
To be
That's
honest,
exactly what I was about to say as well.
I know why.
Go for it.
Maybe because the eye.
What? Go ahead, Charlie.
I recently learned this. So why sometimes you might wonder why didn't they do any like watches or warnings? It's because on one of the products, it's like the probability of tropical storm force winds. They actually go off of that.
Oh.
So if it's
Seizure
too low for
warning.
probability,
Thank you.
they don't. If it's
Go ahead, Charlie.
So if it's too low, so that kind of automated probability of tropical storm force winds. If it's too low for an area, they actually don't do like a watch. If it's like a little bit elevated, then they would do a watch. So it's actually based off of that.
All right. Thank you very much for that. That explains a lot, actually. So.
we also have lightning in the Eyewall now, so
Again.
looks like we could be dealing. Yeah, on Weather Nerds. Shows a lot of lightning. So this could be for its second go around. And this time we can get some pretty good readings when Recon goes into it because the eye is much larger. So we could get pinpoint, dead center, because when this was a pinhole, I mean, no blame to the hurricane hunters. I saw some of the videos. I mean, that is just cool.
Yeah.
I mean, in those crafts. I mean, when you have turbulence on one of those planes, it just shows how strong those winds truly are because those planes are meant for this type of stuff. And when you get turbulence, it just shows how strong the winds are in the storm,
Okay.
especially in the Eyewall.
Yeah. Just for a second, I saw in chat, hey, Pat, I found your Discord. How do I help with discussions on your live streams? I got an okay following on YouTube and TikTok. For those who want to help out, first of all, join the Storms United Discord server. There's 3 questions you're going to need to answer in the holding room. That is, how did you find the server? Obviously through my stream. Are you over the age of 13? And have you read the rules? Just answer those questions. We'll go ahead and have people let you in. I'll definitely be watching those behind the scenes as well. It's in the pin chat right there if you'd like to help out tonight. Mainly the stuff that we're discussing is kind of in live no mic, but there's also Tropical WX discussion and Hurricane WX discussion as well. So if you'd like to join the server, please click that link in the pinned chat right there and just answer those questions right there where you found the server. Obviously through my stream, are you over 13 and have you read the rules? So just thought I'd put that out there since I haven't promoted the server yet either. I've been promoting Pat's Pathbreaker, I've been promoting Weather Kingdom, I've been promoting everyone else, but I haven't been promoting Storms United, which would not have been possible without this. So just something to add. So. All right.
Wow, this storm is looking pretty crazy right now. It's getting close,
Oh, yeah, we're looking at it more and more now.
and it's looking like it's moving more west.
Yep.
A little jog to the west. That's very crucial.
Oh, I see it. Yeah, lightning.
Usually stronger storms like to move more west.
Yeah, Weather Kingdom. If you're seeing lightning in the Eyewall, we know this from last year. That's really bad. So.
Yeah.
I do
Not
have an
good.
observation from satellite.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So I've been on the Apple Windy look at the satellite, and it does look like the eye is slightly trying to warm a bit. We're up to I think negative 66 degrees Celsius.
Oh, it's definitely trying to warm.
Absolutely.
So yeah,
And I
things
do
are
think
trying
it
to
will
get
be
going.
successful. This looks like this is a very powerful category 4. And even, 100, 160, 150, let's be real. That's not a big difference. It's
No,
still
it's
the same
not.
impacts. Because everybody looks at numbers as it's a whole big different story. But really, when you're talking about 10 miles an hour, 15, it's really not. If it was 20, 30, 40, yeah, that's a bigger difference. I can understand why then.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, definitely looking healthy on satellite more and more. Looking at Recon, they're gonna make another pass soon, and I'm very intrigued to see how that pans out because that would be interesting to see what happens with that and what Recon data they're gonna get from this. Okay,
I was surprised
Hey,
at the storm weekend.
go ahead.
On the latest recon, they are finding hurricane force winds almost completely outside the central dense overcast.
Yeah, flight level hurricane force winds. Yeah, those winds have expanded further and further out. That's interesting.
I have a question for you, Delta. I said it in live no mic. I don't know if you answered me.
Oh, let me see. Let me
You-
go ahead. Go ahead. Let me take a look. Could you
It
resend that?
was about the upper level. Yeah, it was the upper level steering flow. So what does it look like? Is it going to help is it stronger ridge to the north? Do we know any of that?
Yeah, the ridge is slightly stronger up to the north, but go ahead, Delta.
Is it really?
Yes.
Yeah, I sent the steering thing.
Yeah, I was trying to
Yeah.
ask you, Delta, if it is stronger or what's going on. What can you explain more?
I'm still trying to learn that stuff myself.
That's a me question.
Pat?
Yeah. So
what does the
go ahead and ask it again, please.
Can you help us explain how to read one of these? Or like is it going does it is the ridge stronger?
The ridge is
What
stronger.
does the
Yes.
on this latest, and how do we know that?
The ridge is stronger. There's a few things you need to look at. Number one, what's the pressure gradient looking like? Number two, what's the highest pressure looking like as well? I would say the more important part is the pressure gradient in this regard, because you have Erin, which has a very tight pressure gradient as a low pressure system, and it's just really strong and so tightly compact. It's kind of in some way pumping the ridge a little bit and kind of allowing for that pressure gradient to take over and allow for that ridge to expand in size as well. And that's kind of we've noticed with these further drive to the west. So I hope that answers your question to some extent. I hope that helps.
Thank you.
No problem. But yeah, alrighty. It's almost
Do
9
we-
o'clock.
oh.
It's almost 9 o'clock Central Time, 10 o'clock Eastern. We have 450 people in the stream. Be sure to like the stream, subscribe to the channel
Let's
if you are
go.
new. The goal, as always, is to get more people engaged with weather. So that would be much appreciated at this current point. But yeah, what were you saying, Weather Kingdom?
I forget.
Go. I'm sorry.
I said I forget.
Don't worry about it. Yeah. Anyway, does anyone else have anything they want to look at?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I'm looking at windy.com, and on satellite I'm seeing some red. I'm seeing a bit of some red back in here. I'm seeing like 67 -67 degrees Celsius
Oh,
around
the eye.
some pretty sustainable 80 to 78 degrees Celsius, negative 78
Yeah.
to 80.
Yeah, that's the eye warming up right there. A lot more.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, I
also
could
on Radar
send
Omega.
here. I'll take a photo
Go
and
ahead,
send
send it.
live no mic.
Yep. Okay.
It's just the eye itself. So
Oh. Okay, this is interesting. I'm pulling this up. Seizure warning to those prone to flashing lights, but we're getting. Oh, sorry, flashing lights. But yeah, that eye's really cleared out, and it's warming up even still over here on the western side. Oh, we had a convective blow up over here, off the eye right here. Hold on, let me pause this real quickly. Hey, did you guys seeing this over the last few frames? You guys notice that?
Yeah.
What?
That
Yep.
where?
right here, where my cursor is.
What about it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's flaring
What does
up around the eye,
How about that?
Oh man.
Uh-oh. That's bad.
Is that
as well
But
as
the
more
eyes-
at minus 80 cloud tops.
yeah?
By the
It's
way,
a matter
the
of time
picture
until
is
that really
no
starts
mic.
clearing.
Yeah, I saw it. Yeah, that's warming up pretty quickly. Yeah, we're closing in on minus 60 right now, so you're gonna want to take this very seriously.
Somebody that joined.
Hold up. What's going on? Oh,
Somebody that joined at the bottom.
all right. I'll see if Trevor wants to. I'll see if Trevor wants to join real quickly. If he doesn't, that's okay. But yeah, always look for a little bit more help. But yeah. All right, Trevor, you're on the air.
Hello.
Hey, I have a quick. Okay. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Trevor.
So I've been noticing the eyewall showing up on radar. Is that usual to see?
Not unusual, no. Definitely, yeah. It's
Even if the eye isn't showing up on radar or anything like
the
on
eye's showing
satellite or
up
anything?
fine on radar right now. I just looked, but
Well, if it's not showing up on like satellite,
it is. Yeah, it's starting to clear out more. But okay. Okay. But yeah. All right. But anyway, yeah, that's what's going on. Anyway, Ian, you're on the air.
Okay. So it seems that again, I haven't been on the stream. I've just been dealing with personal stuff that I'm not going to go into.
Don't.
Yeah, I'm not going to. Don't worry. But so I think Erin's eyewall replacement cycle is probably going to be temporary and stuff like that, or weakening trend.
Hey Delta,
Sorry.
could you check Radar Omega for the latest frame for me, please? Could please continue.
And sorry. And I think it's probably going to re-strengthen after this eyewall replacement cycle.
Yeah.
Now, is it going to get back up to Cat 5? We'll have to see. We'll wait and see on that. But it's definitely possible. And I know Pat was asking me a question earlier today, if I thought this would become a Cat 5 at this point. The thing is, I knew there was the chance it would become a Cat 5, but I felt like it was going to be a little later on. And although I did have a feeling maybe this had a slight shot of doing it here, and it just so happened to verify.
Okay.
And
okay.
yeah,
Sorry, I'm just looking
I'm curious.
At radar. Go ahead.
No, it's okay. I'm curious though. Did you guys talked about that other area of interest, right? Because
yeah, we talked a little bit about that. We're mainly focused on Erin given the obvious circumstances, but we have touched a little bit upon it tonight.
I know. Have you guys looked at the GFS, or are you going to wait for later on that?
I'll wait for another stream to look at it because given what we have going on right now, I think our main focus should be on Erin, given that there's a lot of flash flooding and heavy winds hitting Puerto Rico and the Virgin Islands right now. So that's my thinking.
I was just curious about what you guys thought of the GFS run for that other system. That's all.
I'll hop on that trend when I get to that point. That's what I'll say right now. My main focus is on Erin, but thanks for asking. Okay, looking at this right here. Hold up. I'm trying to see. Actually, I want to compare this to another frame very quickly. What was the previous one? Okay, this is what I got. Okay. All right. Let's do this. Okay. All right. This is what I'm noticing right here. At least on paper, it looks like that this secondary part is strengthening, but that's partly because it's closer to the radar right here. You're also noticing this is starting to fill out as well. Yeah, that's... Hold up 1 second. That's actually even closer to merging right there. Pretty darn close right now. So you're going to want to pay close attention to that. That's going to probably happen in the next, I'd say, about hour or so. At this current point, we'll have to watch it. But, yeah, that's what we're looking at here. Let's see what Recon's doing. Oh, we haven't done this in a while. Right here. Yeah, they're about to go in for another pass. So, that's going to be fun to watch. And I want to see what that extrapolated pressure is going to be in the eye. That's the main thing I want to look at tonight. Because that way we can indicate, okay, it's either starting to strengthen or do a few other things. So... Okay. Oh, I don't want to look at visible. I want to look at this right here. Oh, okay. This is... Okay, we're seeing convection fire on all cylinders, guys. Are you guys seeing this?
Yep, there was a
Yeah.
new big one right on the north side.
Yeah, not just in the north, but also in the outer bands. This is blowing up again. The eastern side is blowing up more. We're seeing more convection firing on the in the Virgin Islands and the parts of the leewards as well. Yeah, we're seeing more convection everywhere. That's covering up whatever this was. So that's something you.
I would also
go ahead.
Just like to tell anyone in Puerto Rico that just because this first band went through, there's going to be a lull period. And then you're going to have this second band that's right now to your north slide in.
Yeah.
Probably within the next couple hours.
Yep.
So you're likely to have another burst of tropical storm force winds, flooding rain, fall totals rates.
Yeah. All right, so thanks for that. But yeah, you're gonna definitely want to watch this. I'm just curious to see how this recon is gonna go because I think they're about to turn in the next update. So that'll be very interesting to see right here. All right. Okay. Anyway, yeah, that's kind of what we're looking at right here. Just waiting for. Oh. Okay. Okay. Yeah, Charlie, I saw what you sent with the wave forecast. So, yeah, that's another thing we need to watch out for because that's going to cause that's going to cause rip currents. That's going to cause high seas across much of the east coast of the U.S. as well. We're going to want to pay attention to that as well. Let me go ahead and show this right here. Just because the system is expected to move to stay away from land doesn't mean you're not going to see impacts. The Outer Banks could definitely see some heavy surf with this as well. So you're going to want to pay attention to that going forward as well. So that's another thing that we need to pay attention to. So yeah, that's quite the interesting situation. Okay. All right, yeah, they're going to be next update. They're going to be turning either that. Yeah, we'll see how this pans out. So, thoughts from the team on what we've seen so far tonight? Again,
Concerning.
all right.
Indeed. Indeed. I agree. Concerning.
I feel like the 11 o'clock the advisory they might
Yeah, I agree.
shift the cone west. I don't know, but I don't know, how far west.
I think it's going to be little bits at a time. Okay, I'm looking at this. Yeah, that convective burst is wrapping around the eye again. It's really producing more convection now. It's blowing up more and more as we see this. I do not like the sound of this at all. Oh yeah, and whatever this whole lull was right here, whether it was shear or maybe a little bit of a dryness, yeah, that's getting mixed out very fast.
Yeah.
This is gearing up for
bad.
another intensification phase.
Yeah, the Eyewall replacement cycle is probably getting close to ending.
Yep, probably the next hour or so. We're going to want to watch this. But be sure to like the stream, subscribe to the channel if you are new. The goal, as always, is to get more people engaged with weather. We've been doing that for quite some time. We're going to be here for quite a long time as well tonight, so you're going to want to stay tuned for the latest information we have as it comes out. So once again, like the stream and subscribe to the channel if you are new. So yeah, that's our situation that we have. Let's just want to show you guys what conditions this system is under right now. Here's where we can start. All right, forward nugget with the $2. I can't believe Erin is bigger than Rhode Island. Let's be honest, every system is bigger than Rhode Island. I'm sorry. Every system is bigger than Rhode Island that I've seen, with the exception of maybe like Tropical Storm Marco or something like that. But even still.
Tracy.
What?
Tropical Cyclone Tracy.
Yeah, that too. But yeah, thank you for the $2
Yes.
donation. It really appreciate it. Any support to the Pat's Path Predictor channel is much appreciated. But anyway, where it's currently at right now is an area of about I'd say about 29 degrees Celsius, which is about 84 degrees Fahrenheit. Right now, OHC is the main talk for tonight, especially when this starts to intensify again. We are looking at over 100 OHC across this area right now that you're going to want to pay attention to as well. And especially as the system moves further to the west as well, it's still going to tap into some pretty warm OHC as OHC too. So it's going to have plenty of time to maintain its intensity even as it moves further up to the north. So that's something you're going to want to pay attention to as well. So let's go. It's going back to Recon. Nothing is out yet. We'll know a bit more and a little bit later. Then going back to satellite imagery right here. Yeah, things are really starting to ramp up tonight. Looking
Yeah, that eye is really trying to
seizure
clear.
warning.
Yeah,
seizure
seizure
warning.
for those prone to flashing lights. Looking at this right now.
Sorry to cut you
Go
off.
for it.
Oh no, I was talking to Thunder.
Yeah. All right. Okay.
Or
Oh, hold on a second. What's going on here? Another hot tower starting to fire up on the eastern side now.
I see
Uh-oh.
that, yeah.
Yep. Another area. That is no bueno. And we're seeing
Yeah,
minus
even on
80
radar,
starting
you
to
can
creep
tell
up
that most of
again.
the eyewall's closed. I'm sorry, go ahead. My bad.
No, I was just making a comment. Go for it.
No, I was just saying it's probably doing that right now because that's the last section. You can even tell on the radar from the, whatchamacallit, from the,
Yeah.
not San Juan radar, but the one in Puerto Rico.
Yep, that's
Even
pretty
though
sure
it's
that's
very
San
far away,
Juan.
you could clearly see that the eyewall, even on the right side, northern and southern side, is closed.
Yep.
That's probably why
Oh,
the convection
yeah, I can.
is
Okay, yeah, I can
pretty
see the
intense on the
this right here.
west side.
Oh yeah, this is very close to merging right now, based on what I'm seeing with radar scope. Yeah, this is very close to merging, from what I see. I would say give it another up to an hour, maybe 30
Trying.
minutes. That's gonna definitely, gonna close off. All right.
And once that closes off, the eye will probably try to poke back out once again.
Yeah. Someone in chat is asking about the high pressure system, showing the map for that. Let's take a quick gander. Actually, I'm going to see if I can pull up some surface obs for this, because I think this would be a little bit better. Here's our obs. Actually, never mind, not for that. Let's go to hurricane specific, and then go to here at least there's some surface obs right there. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, there's a that helps quite a bit. Here's your ridge right here. There's a bit of a trough that's currently right here. Another one over here. Highs and lows right here. Actually, no, this isn't a good map at all. It's a little too mesoscale for my liking. I want to go synoptic. So let's look at 500 millibar. Let's go at 500 millibar. Height anomalies right here. Yeah, this is your ridge right here. That's kind of been pumped up a bit thanks to this system. This ridge is going to kind of start to weaken a little bit. This trough right here is going to push it further out to sea right here. So, but still, looking at that right now, yeah, you definitely have that ridge just getting pumped up because of the pressure gradients. So you're going to want to pay attention to that as well. Yeah, this is not going to really affect the movement of the system right away because it's underneath this small ridge over here. But then moving out to see when this starts to break down, that's kind of when it starts to take that exit opportunity. So that's something that you're going to want to watch as well. So thank you very much for asking about that. So there's that. Hope I explained that well enough, but there we go.
I think you did. You explained it pretty well.
Yep.
Pretty clear.
Seizure warning.
Yeah, seizure warning
Seizure
and another warning
warning.
for more hot towers firing up. So,
I mean, it is nighttime, so I would expect some flares to flare out, if
Yeah.
that made sense.
yeah. Yeah, for sure, but still, looking at this right now, it's... Wow. That's quite the thing.
It's really
It's not
trying.
just in the system itself. It's everywhere that's blowing up. You have this convection over here, you have this convection over here, you have this convection over here. Everywhere, except for the northern part, is blowing up right now. That is insane. That's unbelievable. That's what it is, too.
How
Well,
about
it's in a pretty
Dvorak?
good-
Has Dvorak updated?
Oh, I haven't checked this in a while. No, not
I'll
quite.
check it.
Not yet.
Not quite. Okay.
We'll see.
I'll keep tabs
Still-
on it, Pat.
5.9.
Oh, this is a great
Oof.
question, actually. John, at Pat's Path Predictor, why does a hurricane generally intensify during the night? That's a great question, actually. So, basically what happens is part of the reason that they don't intensify as much during the day is because you have the sun that's kind of bringing heat and radiation that is kind of keeping the cloud top temperatures in check and kind of keeping them at a certain height at some times. You have to have a lot of power and you have to be a pretty intense system to have really high cloud tops for the sun because of the amount of radiation that emits. But once the sun goes down, then that radiation, that heating is gone, and it's because the night is cooler by default because of the lack of heating from the sun. That's when you see those clouds, and that's when you see those hot towers really start to fire off. It's known as diurnal. There's a process known as diurnal maximum and diurnal minimum. Diurnal maximum is the best for tropical convection. Diurnal minimum is the kind of the opposite, the worst for it. So I hope that answers your question for you right there. So, yeah.
Very well explained.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, the eye on satellite is just getting more circular, and and it is warming up over time. I think it's like up to negative 67 Celsius on Dapia.
Yeah, I'd say in an hour or so the Eyewall replacement cycle will finally complete itself.
Let's look at radar delays frame. Okay, I'll just have to.
But Erin is still in a good, very low sheared. There's some dry air impacting it, but it's not bothering it too much right now.
That dry air is getting
but
mixed out very fast.
yeah, a little bit. Yep. But once it moves towards the Bahamas more, once it gets in that latitude and longitude range, there'll be some shearing. There's still shear right now there, but that's when it'll start to downtrend in intensity wise. But right now, if it's going to intensify again, it's the prime time to do it right now.
For sure.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. Someone is asking where the hurricane watches are. There aren't any right now. There's tropical storm watches right here, but so far no hurricane watches at this current point in time. Okay. Looking at let's. Oh, I haven't checked Recon in a hot second. Oh, they're making the turn. They made the turn, guys.
They are.
They're going in. They're going in.
Here we go.
Yep, ladies
Here we
and
go.
gentlemen,
Here we go.
they are going into the center of it with a hopefully a much better eye now. Right here. Oh, okay. There we go.
Yeah, and you can also clearly see that the pressure drop hasn't dropped at all. It's
right
being
now?
leveled.
What the heck? Are you kidding me?
What?
Or am I getting
This is the worst time for Dapia to be offline.
Yeah, I was about to say. I'll figure something else out. I'll just use tropical tidbits for the time being, but I'm not happy.
If you want minute by minute, you can use the tropical tidbits mesosector.
Okay, mesosector. Oh, this is perfect. Oh, this is actually pretty decent. Except the only issue I have with this is it's minute to minute.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure this is a lot more refreshing for you guys.
Yeah, it's
Cyclone
slightly
WX
cleaner.
is also another good one from what I've heard. Current storms, Erin, a satellite image. I want a satellite loop. Oh, another one. Sorry. Seizure warning. There we go. Let's see. What time is this? Yeah, this is a little bit. It's a little bit further back. I'm going to use tropical tidbits with this one. It's more current, and it's minute by minute. It's not every 5 minutes. Oh, this is interesting. Charlie, do you want to talk about this? What you just sent?
Oh yeah. So it looks like if there were to be any slightly somewhat good news, Erin, the center of Erin, is actually just north of the track, despite it going kind of more west or west northwest. So that's the current observations. So the next hurricane center update, we might not see that much of a shift, at all because of what we're currently seeing right now. So
Sure.
that's mainly it.
All right. Thank you for that.
That's a valid point.
Yeah. Man, oh man.
Because
F5.
earlier today I was doing the complete opposite.
Yeah. Yep. Still starting to see more clouds starting to fire off. Yeah, that dry air that was maybe there is mixing out a lot faster. So definitely going to want to watch
Which is not a
that.
good sign.
That's not a good sign at all right now.
That's actually incredible when you think about the fact that's that and strong and intense that's able to actually do that.
Yeah. On a somewhat related note, I think the Recon's going to get there before the advisory, which is some good news. So we'll
Yeah.
hopefully get that data, and we can hopefully extrapolate that before the latest NHC advisory. So that would be awesome. That would be awesome.
Yeah. That'll actually help everyone if they get there before the advisory.
Yeah, that would be great. We have 500 people in the stream right now. Be sure to like the stream, subscribe to the channel if you are new. The goal, as always, is to get more people engaged with weather. Also, be sure to join the Storms United Discord server. The link to that is in the pinned chat right there to see some awesome behind-the-scenes stuff to what we do. That would be perfect for you guys right there. So be sure to join the Storms United Discord server to see some fun behind the scenes, as well as to help out, hang out, and ask us some questions. So, yeah. I'm curious at how it managed to stun all the spaghetti models. It's just been wobbling back and forth, man. I'm just more surprised that this. I'm just more surprised that this system ultimately just went off the way it did in terms of its intensity. That's what I'm more surprised about right now. So that's kind of your situation. Okay. We'll get more Recon data in just a few minutes, ladies and gentlemen. I'm very excited for this. Okay, let's see if Dappy is back online. If not, okay, if that's okay. We have other options too. Okay. Oh, we'll deal with it later. That's okay. The little hurricane that could. In many ways, it is. In many ways,
We
it
have,
is.
You can even see on the radar
is
from Puerto Rico that you could see the eyewall's almost about to fully close. As you
What's
can
up?
see on reflectivity.
Oh,
It's a little messy, but it's a
on
lot more
radar.
closed than what it was.
Oh, I see it
it's
on
closed
your radar
north
scope.
side. Yep, it's closed off.
Oh, do we have a confirmation on Radar Omega?
I'll send you the latest frame.
Please do.
Yes, so
Currently
it's
30
almost
minutes
there.
Like, yeah,
Oh,
that's
and we have some cloud tops firing off right near the center.
yeah, I've seen it. But yeah, we're close to a closed off circulation right here. At least on radar scope. Getting the confirmation from
That's why you could see less straight. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
no, just I was saying at least with the confirmation right here. Oh, yep. Give it another few frames and it's over. Give it another few frames. So, yeah. We'll know a lot more very shortly. We'll know through satellite estimates, which let's go ahead and double check those. No change. Right now, we'll know more about that. We'll know more on how satellite starts to behave. We're really starting to see these turn up quite a bit as well. Let's go ahead and refresh this to get the latest right here. We have a few more frames that are loaded up right here. Okay. You guys see the last few frames?
Can I just mention something?
Yes.
Yeah, you can see the eyes trying to dry out a little bit, very slightly.
The eye is? The
yeah,
eye?
I think so.
You can barely see it, but it's very, very faint.
That's a bad sign.
By the way, the storm, once again, it has really good outflow.
Yeah.
And I think the outflow, if the storm,
Oh, Dappy is back.
Oh, it is nice.
Yep, it's back online.
She's
Okay.
oh,
Look at this.
That's not good.
Yeah,
that is not good indeed.
this sucker's about to close off, merge, and then off to the races we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's about to pop off again.
Yep.
But I just wanted to say that the storm itself, like the IR, expands from like around St. John's all the way to maybe the entire like the middle of the Dominican Republic, like Santo Domingo. That's how big the storm is.
Yeah, it's how much it's expanding.
Yeah.
That's wrapping around again.
This is really
Yeah.
bad.
A dry eye mean that the eye cloud clear. Which mean it's done with the Eyewall replacement cycle. It's very close. It's it's extraordinary. Give it another 10 minutes or so, and I can say that this will be closed. Yeah. I am
Looks
definitely
like
on the same.
scope.
Yeah.
Yes. Scope looks the same. It has that yellow band wrapping all the way around the eye.
Yeah,
I know
saw
this
that.
is very far out. I know this is like
it's
you know,
getting in between tropical storm and hurricane force winds.
What? Wait a minute. Wait a minute, Delta. What are you sending me?
It is some pictures from a post that I found, and
All
it's
right.
basically this afternoon, Hurricane Erin recorded a water vapor eye temp of minus 12.7 Celsius with a satellite zenith angle of about 30 degrees.
My goodness.
After zenith correction, the eye temp dries to minus 11.4 C, standing out to be the driest eye ever in the North Atlantic Basin, previously held by Isabel.
Wow. Isabel's a Cat 5. That is quite the escalation. All right, what's Recon showing? Oh, hey guys, that windfield is expanding out quite a bit. Look at this. Compared to the last pass, those strong tropical storm force winds are much further out than they were previously.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is expanding
Yes.
in all cylinders and about to fire on all cylinders too. I'm half expecting a lower pressure just because the storm's expanding in size alone. Based on that, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But 69.
I agree.
Yeah.
I'm expecting a lower pressure, but the same winds.
Even if it's like a millibar or half a millibar, it's still slightly deeper.
Yep, that's a fact. But still, look at this. The
But
sea
once the
pressure
eye
where it's
opens
at
back
is
up, that's all she
996
wrote.
millibars right now, and we're not even in the hurricane force winds. Yeah, this is going to be a very telling pass in the next, I'd say, 20 minutes. If we can get that data before the advisory, we're golden. But so far,
Mhm.
everything looks like this system is going to be exceeding expectations once again. Okay, there we go.
The eye kind of looks like a teardrop. The eye kind
Hey
of looks
Pat,
like a
I
teardrop.
Hold
just
on.
sent something in the chat
Okay, let me look
that's
at it.
showing that the eye is south of the middle middle of the
Middle.
cone.
Yeah, it's wobbling back and forth from what I'm seeing. But we'll have to see what happens with that. We'll have to see the back and forth trend with this. But yeah,
That's
just
literally all the storm is doing. Wobbling.
it's
back
when
and
it's a very
forth.
intense storm like oh, sorry, seizure warning. Let's do this, do that. Sorry. Okay, there we go. Okay. Yeah, I can. Yeah, I'm looking at this now. Okay. Oh yeah, considerably. Its structure looks a lot better too. Although will say some of the eye is clouded over a bit, so we're gonna want to pay attention to it. But yeah. Alrighty. We'll know in the next 5 minutes what this recon's gonna show us. We're seeing hurricane force winds
Come
after
on,
this point.
Recon.
What's up?
I was like saying, come on, Recon, you can make it.
I think they'll make it at this current. Yeah, at that current speed, they'll make it. Especially with how
Yeah.
compact the core still is. But
Yeah,
yeah,
the fact that they're getting hurricane force winds means that this thing has strengthened again.
we are now seeing some
Still.
signs of our first northward convection from Erin right here. We are now seeing those signs right here. You can start seeing those blobs right here as well as another burst right here that you're going to want to watch. So,
That's good for the storm.
yep. That is good for the storm. It's good for the storm, but bad for everybody else.
Yeah.
But yeah, be sure to like the stream and subscribe to the channel if you are new. The goal, as always, is to get more people engaged with weather, so it'd be much appreciated if you guys went ahead and did that. How fast is the storm moving right now? It is currently moving at 15 miles per hour. So it's definitely slowed down a little bit. But still, it's doing pretty good with the speed. So we're going to want to watch that for sure. Yesterday's cone versus the current. Let's go ahead and go to the archive and graphics, and we will go to the cone 5-day no line, and we will stop that. Actually, we'll just do this right here. We'll just go with this one, and then all right, here's what we had the last day or so. This is what we had at this point yesterday. Kind of a little yeah, it's just slight shifts to the west initially, but mainly staying out to sea right here. So that's something you're going to want to watch for sure. So
Did it really just go from 120 to 140 miles an hour?
I can show you that. Yeah, 120 to 145 actually.
Oh
And
my
the cone
god.
was further to the south too, which is what drove it closer to land. It just kept
Oh
pushing
my
further to the
God.
south. In 85, 100, 120, 145, 155, 160. Just like that. At this point, we were at 70 miles per hour at 8 a.m. By the time we were at 8 a.m. the next day, we were at 145. But we still went from a 75 mile per hour hurricane to a 160 mile per hour hurricane in 24 hours. That is never a good sign for any system, but let alone this. We'll know in the next couple of minutes what the Recon is doing. All right, here's... Oh, see, my bad. That was my fault. Seizure warning.
Seizure warning.
Yep.
Seizure warning.
All right. Moving back up to satellite imagery from Dapia. This is problematic. Look at what we're starting to see some more convection on the northern part of the core. In fact, we're seeing convection everywhere again. Oh, sorry about that. Seizure warning.
Seizure warning.
Yep.
Seizure warning.
Yeah, that really blew up in the last 10 or so minutes. Yeah, and this also blew up over the Virgin Islands as well. Yeah, this structure has continued to consolidate, ladies and gentlemen. My goodness. Wow. All right, let's see the Recon. Okay. They're getting quite close to this. They found hurricane
Hope
force
they can make it
winds,
sooner.
at least or at flight level, or at least very close to it, around 70 knots or so. So what this is telling me is the bulk of the hurricane force winds extended to the east, while the tropical storm
Let's look
force
at
winds
this.
extend further to the west. So that's
That's
intriguing.
interesting.
Whoa, what's going on?
More recons coming in. They're about to punch the core again. They're quite close to it.
Okay. Why the wind started weakening?
That's
Oh,
Hmm?
part of the. It's probably part of the eyewall replacement cycle, right?
That's gone. It's gone.
Not full. It's fully gone.
Pretty much.
Okay.
Just checked radar scope. It's gone.
Why is the eye shrinking on satellite again?
Clouds
It's
covering
growing.
it. Clouds covering it. Or
Oh.
covering it. That's part of it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but what's gonna happen now? I mean, it's. I don't know.
Well. Yeah.
Interesting.
I think we're going to get a last-minute NHC update tonight because they're waiting for Recon to go in and finish the job.
Hmm.
I mean, this is a really powerful hurricane, regardless.
Yeah, I think the NHC is going to go 145 with this right now. That's what DAPI is registering, and unless we see legitimate proof of anything stronger than that, I think they'll do 145 or 150. That's my opinion. Take your guess, guys.
I'm going 140, actually.
I think 150.
All right.
I think 140. I don't see any. I mean, I don't know. I say 140 as of right now.
All right.
I'd say 145.
All right. Dvorak updated
It did. Just slightly.
as a raw 6.5, adjusted 6.4 down to a final 5.9, and the pressure fell a little bit.
Okay.
That's interesting. So we're jumping back up again.
Scene type pinhole eye.
Oh my god, again.
Oh no.
I don't know, but I'm
How big is
noticing.
the eye on this? Let me check.
Yeah, check the eye width on this.
It's gonna try again. I'm
Most
afraid it's gonna
likely.
try.
It is starting to warm up a lot too.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Wow.
What, like
All
a
right.
pinhole
Yeah.
eye?
Up
On
what?
infrared, it is 6 miles in
Oh
diameter.
my goodness.
So it has shrunk.
Partly, yeah.
I
That's
don't know
not
what's
good.
gonna. Oh no. This could be trying to pinhole again.
I hope that's not the
Anything
case.
below 10 miles in diameter is considered a pinhole.
Yep.
Oh.
So we're already there. Looking at this. Yeah, this is just. Yeah, this is.
This is
really
reminding me of
warming up.
earlier already.
This is.
Wait, what's warming up? Can I see?
The eye is warming up.
Let me see. How?
Here's
Let's look.
Dacia.
Okay.
You notice how that's starting to get a little bit more orangish and yellowish?
So it's becoming a pinhole.
It already is a pinhole. It's just becoming more of a pinhole.
Erin's eye on radar just jogged more to the north.
Let me see.
On the radar, let me look.
The last few frames just had a jog more to the northwest.
That's good sign for land impacts. Bad sign for system intensification. Intensifying storms tend to go further to the north due to Coriolis.
I don't know.
Yeah. Basically, Coriolis is rotation, pretty much. That's your spin, generally. I know it's more dynamics and all of that, but that's the general gist of what Coriolis is. All right. Moment of truth in the next 5 minutes. What are we going to see? We're going to see a lower pressure?
I think it's going to be like 940 millibars.
Why 940?
I think I'm going to see higher. Actually, maybe not. Maybe not.
Okay.
I need to do.
It's okay.
One of the reasons is because look at Recon. The winds actually start dropping. It's not as sharp as it used to be.
Yeah, I've noticed that as well. We'll have to see if that's just a small drop in the bucket or if it's a stronger trend. Because that is intriguing. I will agree with you there. But we're getting close.
This is a very large hurricane, though.
It's not that large right here. Definitely could intensify faster if it needed to. That I will tell you. There we go. Let's do this. Oh,
seizure warning.
whoa.
Seizure warning.
Yeah.
What?
Oh.
That escalated
That's
quickly.
Wait, what?
That's insane.
We got
Seizure warning.
major seizure warning, guys, but we got
If that can clear out.
major reduction in I right here. It really contracted. The cloud really covered it, or it's really contracting.
That's probably why, yeah. If it's, I think it's, we have to give it a bit.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's clouds or.
Yeah, it might be, but yeah, that eye's really consolidated. Let me look at the diameter.
It has.
Yeah. We're looking at a 7-mile wide eye, guys. We're looking at a 7-mile wide eye.
If you look on the Tropical Tidbits Goes 19 Mezzo, the one that's only 30 minutes long,
Yes.
the eye is actually rotating about like it's kind of rotating around the center of mass.
Yeah.
On Tropical
Yes.
Tidbits.
I see it.
So is that helping it with a northern jog?
Yeah, so it's kind of rotating about that northwest jog that I noticed. It kind of is rotating around the center of mass.
Yeah.
That's why it looks like the eye contracted. It's actually kind of like because I wasn't fully circular, it was kind of jagged, like it had an oval appearance. So that part is kind of rotating back around, and that center of mass is dragging it to the left, and then it's going to drag it back to the right.
To the south.
To the left, not to the right. So it's going to go west again in a couple of moments.
I do see that.
What?
Big time convection.
Moment of truth.
Okay, I got Recon on my end.
What do we got?
Don't say. Nope.
I'm looking. It looks like the max I'm seeing is 107 knots, and the pressure extrapolated is 939.
Okay.
Like I said.
Yep.
939, so weaker.
Yeah.
But still pretty violent.
We'll have to see what the dropsend comes in as, but yeah.
It's going to take a little bit for the storm to regain its strength. I
agree.
think it
Yeah,
will
I'm with Weather
plateau of
Kingdom
its
on
of
that.
its strengthening. I think it will plateau its weakening because if that is such case as a pinhole, and it looks like, and if it is strengthening, I mean, it's gonna re-intensify, and it could do it in a hurry, so it can easily go back down.
Yeah.
Surface
Oh, if the eye
winds.
gets covered.
Surface winds are actually stronger than flight level winds. I'm looking on the right hand side. It's saying
What
suspect.
what?
Yeah.
That's
Oh.
140 SFMR?
Yep.
Oh my god.
I don't believe that though,
don't believe
because
that.
SFR is
That's
broken.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
What's 115 knots? 2 miles an hour.
100 that's about 130.
So we're
Okay.
probably. Why is SFMR so high?
Wait a minute,
Gosh.
hold up. I'm just looking at it. 939.2. There's still 40 mile per hour winds with that. Or 40 knot winds with that. They didn't quite get to the center
40,
again.
40 knots. That's 935.
Yeah, that's
So it's
I
holding
think
its
$9.35.
empty.
I think the center is kind of. I think the reason they couldn't get to the center is because the center is kind of jagged. It's not uniform. It's still reforming.
That makes
Yeah.
sense. That makes sense.
Oh shoot.
What's up?
It's on 1%.
Wait, you're-
Nothing. My phone's on 1%. That's why.
charge it.
Yeah, I got it.
All
It's
right.
charging.
Okay.
Seizure warning. Seizure warning.
Seizure warning to those prone to flashing lights. Oh man.
How long are you gonna be live for?
Quite a while.
Mhm.
I'm at least until the recon is done right here.
Oh, that's a small eye.
Yeah. That's pretty
I'm gonna
small.
check. I'm gonna check windy.
Let's see if I... All right. So before we get to the advisor, something really cool happened this afternoon I want to talk about. So
Hey Pat, the next icon models is running.
well, I'm at this point I'm not looking at models because we have the data in front of us. But yeah, thanks, I
Yeah.
appreciate it. Something pretty cool happened later this afternoon, and I think a lot of people who know this person are really going to geek out about this. So, Jim Cantori, the man himself,
Oh.
actually. Here's what happened. My mom posted some stories about me doing some stuff on Instagram, and the man Jim Cantori himself saw those story posts, and he actually messaged my mom about it.
Yo.
I'm serious.
Yo.
I'm
Nice.
serious. I'm serious.
That's
I got
that's
it
crazy.
right here. It's kind of hard to see, but
Congratulations.
I got him right here. It's kind of hard to see, but here he is. Yep.
I don't see it. Where is
It's
it?
on
see
my
it
stream.
either.
It's on my stream.
I
So,
see
Oh, 'cause
Dapia.
all I
yeah.
see
Yeah.
is your Dapia.
I switched it over to my my news station background, and I put my phone close to the camera. It's yeah. Scroll back a little bit. I'll show it again. Right here. It's gonna be about 10 seconds behind, but there you go. So it's kind of hard to see, but that's unbelievable, man.
It's not. That's cool.
Yeah.
One day you might get
Nice.
offer to work at the Weather Channel, Pat.
Let's see. Okay. Advisory's coming out any minute. I think they're gonna wait to see what's going on with this, but
I'm going with 140, and I'm going with
yeah,
140 mile an hour winds.
I'm holding at 145 personally. Right at this point, you also have to understand this is in the northwestern Eyewall as well. So basically, what he said was, in one of my photos, he's like, "Oh, is he going to study meteorology?" And then in the next story, where I'm in front of a green screen, he said, "I guess that's a yes." That's what he said. But anyway, I'm geeking out about that. I'm sorry to steer the conversation. I didn't mean to, but I had to share that.
It's
That was such a
okay.
wonderful
It's
moment.
cool.
Well,
It's cool.
yep. All right. Advisory's not out yet. We're waiting a few more minutes for recon. Satellites reloading. And ladies and gentlemen, oh man. Each satellite frame looks more and more ominous compared to the last and seizure warning.
What we think this is gonna do? Oh,
Yeah, that's
if it cleared out, we will be
yeah. This is gonna
Right.
probably take a few hours to do, but that's what we got.
I wouldn't be surprised by the next day it becomes back to a 5.
I wouldn't be either, to be honest.
Hey Pat,
Well,
sorry
maybe
to do
even
this, but
165.
I gotta go.
All right, have a nice night,
Oh, see you, Delta.
Delta.
See
Thank you
ya.
so
See
much
ya.
for staying on.
Tell Aaron he better start moving north.
Yeah.
If he's going west when I wake up, there's gonna be major problems between me and her.
All right. Yeah. Thank you very
Yo,
much. You have a nice night.
imagine that, Aaron.
You have a nice night.
All right, goodbye, guys.
Goodbye.
Then
care,
he
man.
wakes up.
Yeah.
Bye bye.
Adios.
All right. Yeah.
Banga bonga banga bonga.
Yep. Delta's
I
been
don't
such a
know.
great help for us this week. It's been unbelievable.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's been
he
a major
has.
help for me too.
Yeah, he's helped both of our streams out, dog. Oh, you know what that reminds me? Before the advisory, go subscribe to Weather Kingdom. We're getting him to 500 subs tonight. While we're waiting for this advisory to come out and for Recon to return. Once
We have
see that-
61 DBZ
Oh,
right
the
now.
Enrique with the $5 donation. Hey, Pat, slightly off topic, but the wave behind it, Aaron, the NHC marked could go way further southwest, even in the Caribbean. Yeah, we talked a little bit about that earlier during the stream. We will definitely talk about that again tonight before we end. But apparently, the NHC advisory is out allegedly. I'm trying to look for it. It's not popped up on my computer screen just yet. Do you guys have it?
Let me
Go
check
check.
ATC. Yeah.
What's up?
Yeah,
Pat,
nothing popped up either.
Yeah.
I just wanted to mention that there's 61 DBZ in the Eyewall.
61 DBZ.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Basically, that's how much reflectivity, how much precip there's in there. You do not want to see 60 DBZ in the tropics. That's
very
Midwest
high.
type crap. That's like normally you would
It's
associate
confused.
with this with hail. Just throwing that out there. Now in the tropics, it's a lot warmer, so that's not nearly as much. But yeah, we'll have
Yeah,
to
it's pretty
see.
average.
Yep. So, yeah, we'll have to see I'll have to see what happens. It depends on the environment as well. So that looks like pretty heavy rain for me right there. Now, if it's hailing in Erin right now, that's a huge issue. I think we could all agree with that. We do not
Yes.
need that.
Mhm. Mhm.
But what we also don't need is this pinhole right here that's becoming more of a pinhole. Like, this is as circular as a pinhole you can get.
Yeah.
Well, at least with the
Mhm.
pixels that are loaded. But, Yep.
But is it gonna? Yeah, I mean, oh wow, that is damn. I mean,
Yep.
if that
Hold
cleared
on.
out, wow.
Pat, I
Yeah.
got a question. Do you think that because the southern part looks very compact, do you think that could pull it southwards?
Maybe a tad, but that's maybe a tad, but it's just if it's going to intensify again, it's going to probably wobble back and forth again. I could definitely see
Because
it.
of course it's gonna do that.
Advisory is not
Yeah,
out
just
yet.
a quick question.
All right. Okay. Here's their recon right there. Let's see if they got a drop. Not just yet. Man, I'd love to see that.
Yeah, that pressure in fact increased slightly.
Yeah. I'd love to see that
Because it
drop
was
some data.
935. Now it's. Go ahead. Sorry.
I'd love to see that drops in data and the eye.
I would
love
like so too.
Okay. Hopefully the advisory comes out. We can talk about that, and we can keep going with this broadcast right here. Then, okay, let's go ahead and do that. Latest. We're just waiting right now for the updates. It's 10:58 Eastern time right now. Come on, NHC. Yeah, I figured this was going to be a last minute type of situation. So, yeah.
I think they're just waiting for the drop zone.
Probably. I mean, if they're a
Maybe.
couple minutes
Seizure
late, I have
warning.
no issue
Seizure
with that.
warning.
Yeah, seizure warning to those prone to
Seizure
flashing
warning.
lights. Let me go ahead and do this. Do that. Yeah, that's... Oh, man. It looks like...
I'm gonna check the
looks like
lightning.
it jogged more to the north.
Yeah.
It did. Yeah, and it's definitely more compact, too. That'd be a good sign. Oh,
Can I mention something?
it's out. It's out.
On
Weather Kingdom, you won the bet.
Told
Yeah,
you.
Recon 140.
140. Erin's still a
Wow.
formidable Category 4 hurricane undergoing structural changes. Heavy rains and gusty winds occurring over the Virgin Islands right here. So here's what we got for you right here. This is our maximum sustained winds of 140. Currently moving at 14 miles per hour. Pressure of 937 millibars. And it's currently, the tropical storm watches have been discontinued in the leewards. We still have a tropical storm watch in effect for the Turks and Caicos right here. Hurricane force, okay, this is interesting. Hurricane force winds actually retracted a bit. They only went down to about
Really?
25 miles, while tropical storm force winds went up to 205 miles from the center. That is interesting right there.
Well,
That's going to be interesting going forward. But yeah, we're down to a Category 4 hurricane. Fluctuations in intensity are expected during the next day or two due to intercore core structural changes with Erin at this current point. So let's go ahead and read the discussion out for you guys. After rapidly intensifying for the first part of the day, Erin now appears to be in the middle stages of an eyewall replacement cycle. Recon, I don't know. Recon, I don't know about that, man. But I'm not 100% sure. We've been looking at radar. We'll see. But both the NOAA and Air Force Reconnaissance have indicated concentric eyes during their missions this evening, and in response, the inner eyewall is starting to become more degraded with decreasing winds. With that said, there is not an especially well-defined secondary wind maximum quite yet, primarily only observed in peak flight level winds reported by the NOAA and Air Force at both 130 knots at 7 millibars. The initial intensity is therefore reduced to 120 for this advisory. This could be generous? Huh. That's interesting. But the inner eyewall of Erin has been wobbling around, likely due to some motion as it interacts with the building's secondary wind maximum, but longer term motion is around 12 knots at 290 degrees. Erin is moved left of the NHC forecast track over the past day, and and I suspect, this is a little personal right here, and I suspect some of this left of expected motion could be due to the inner smaller core size of the hurricane, which was poorly resolved by all the hurricane regional forecast models. However, as this overall wind field grows in size, a more consistent west-northwestward motion is expected to resume tonight and persist. Excuse me, and persist over the next 12 to 24 hours. After that, a series of shortwave troughs will move offshore of Atlantic Canada, helping to reinforce a long wave trough over the north central portion of the Atlantic. This should create a growing weakness to the north of Erin, ultimately allowing for a large hurricane to turn northward, and then this cycle will be made with a westward. This track guidance forecast was nudged a bit further to the west, actually. The current tracks remain surprising to see additional leftward adjustments in subsequent forecasts, or either not surprising right here, because the track remains east of those track aids right there. Future intensity is probably the most challenging aspect of Erin's forecast. Erin's maximum wind speed has been decreasing as a secondary eyewall becomes gradually better defined. A little more weakening could occur in the short term as these structural changes occur. However, none of the hurricane regional guidance appears to have a good handle on the current structure. They all have a much broader core. What's up?
No, I'm just listening.
Yeah. Given the vertical shear is currently low, the hurricane is well embedded in a moist environment. The RC is expected to complete without much issue, though it'll likely take a bit of time for the hurricane's maximum sustained winds to recover as the wind field broadens. Thus, the NHC intensity forecast shows some re-intensification in the 24-hour period after the Eyewall replacement cycle completes. Afterwards, it won't be surprised for another cycle to begin, as northwesterly shear will still be weak, anticipated to increase some. So that's kind of the general gist that we have. The preliminary intensity forecast is a little lower than the previous advisory, primarily due to the weaker initial intensity, but still roughly in line with the consensus aids. They go down to 130 in 12 hours, then up to 150 in 24, and then start gradually weakening as it moves into more shear and higher moisture right there. So that's something we're going to want to watch right there and pay attention to. So, yeah. Weather
That's quite
Kingdom,
interesting.
my man, take the W for tonight.
Yeah.
Go subscribe to him, by the way. We're trying to get him to 500 subs tonight. We're actually 37 away, so if you guys all hit that subscribe button, go click that link and go subscribe to him real quickly. That would be much appreciated for all of us. Let's see if we can do that very quickly, but we'll pull up the track for you guys while that's happening. Yeah. Look. Whoa.
The northern.
Whoa. That really
wow.
expanded, folks. That really expanded further to the north. The cone shifted a little bit too towards the west. But, yeah. All right, Terry with the 2 pounds. Hi, if Erin slows down to 10 miles an hour, could it hit the U.S.? No. It would need to probably speed up a little bit and then avoid the trough, which will likely not happen. But thank you for the 2 pounds. We really appreciate that. I assume you're from the United Kingdom, but with the currency, but we really do appreciate the support. So thank you very much. Look at the Windfield cone on archive. Yeah, we need to take a look at this. Let's go ahead and go to graphics archive. Let's go ahead and go to 5-day no line, and we'll stop this, go here, and then do this. Actually, we need to look at we need the Windfield with this. Stop here, back. Look at this expansion, folks. This is what we've seen for you guys. This has continued to expand in size more and more and more, especially in the afternoon. It really blew up across much of the area right here. That's a significant jump in terms of its structure right there. Wow. That is insane.
I do have some information on that northern jog.
Yeah.
That is actually because of the convection. The convection is having this as a northern jog. I can also see this as a northern jog because on radar, you could tell in the latest 2 frames, it heads right back to the west. So it's probably more of jogging.
Sure.
But we did have a good 5 to 10 miles jog to the north.
All right.
Probably.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's crazy. Wow. That's the latest advisory. We also have this area of interest over here as well that could affect parts of the Lesser Antilles and the Caribbean down the road. We'll talk a little bit more about that later, but what's the latest recon doing? Right here, not in.
Can I
yet.
just say one thing
Go for it.
about the potential AOI?
Yeah.
I'm not sure if this will happen. Could Erin's because Erin's outflow like contains shear,
Yeah.
could that affect the development chances?
If this is happening by the mid portion of next week, this system, like by the time we get to Thursday, it's going to be too far. It's going to be pretty far away from that point to do that.
Yeah.
It's just going to depend on how large it is and how strong it is at that point.
I'm gonna take a look at the icon right now.
Bro, the icon. The icon. Oh my
What
goodness.
happened? The
I
icon.
could have been showing some crazy stuff, not gonna lie.
Oh my god, there
Crazy, it's been showing
no.
crazy stuff for the last little while.
The icon's initializing horribly. 982.
Yeah, no. Throw it out.
And then it has its
Not
rated
gonna
age.
happen.
Oh my goodness. I'm not even going to entertain that. Oh
The
man.
icon is so far off. The icon is
Say that one
so
more
far
time.
off.
It's so far off. Bro.
The icon is initializing at 982 millibars.
Okay, no.
So
I'm not
far
even going to look
Oh,
at
from
that.
the 18Z?
No, the zero.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah. Oh, hold on a second. I just looked at the data again for Recon. Yeah, there is still evidence of a secondary eyewall in the northwestern side.
Oh,
See
there
that
is?
slight? Do you see that slight dip and then back up?
Yep.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yep.
Oh. So we could have another Eyewall replacement cycle.
I think the radar only covered part of it. We'll have to
I
see.
do have tailed up a radar from a few hours ago.
Please.
23Z.
Sure. That's fine.
Yeah, here we go. Live no mic.
All right.
It's bent.
Okay. Yeah, I see it. I see it more clearly now. There's definitely there's definitely
there
more
it
of a
is.
maxima on the northwestern side, so yep.
Yeah, that's the side that's struggling.
Yep. It is.
Mm-hmm.
You can even still see it on the radar from the Puerto Rico radar. That's not fully closed
Okay.
because of that too.
Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah.
So this time, this could be an actual classic Eyewall replacement, maybe not a merger, potentially.
Yeah, we'll have to see, but
Hopefully, it's a classic.
if it knocks down the intensity more, yeah, but that's going to really expand the storm side and make things worse.
It does. It does. That's the whole dilemma. Either you want a merger, which will not really weaken the storm that much, or do you rather a massive storm,
Oh yeah.
like a bigger storm?
I'd
That's the whole dilemma.
I'd rather. It's hard to tell with this kind of thing. because both options are bad.
Seizure warning.
Yeah,
Seizure
I'm just looking
warning.
at the latest right here.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. Based on the latest ANC
Yeah, it
advisory,
looks
what are
like
your
the eye
thoughts?
shrinks slightly.
What are your thoughts?
Oh Lord,
Sorry.
you good?
It is wrapping that convection around that negative 80 degrees Celsius. It is especially on the north
Yeah,
side.
it is. It is.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, I'm noticing that northern jog.
Yeah, you're noticing it a lot more discreetly too.
Yeah.
I guess it's probably because. Go ahead. Sorry.
You're good. Go ahead. Fine. Go for it.
All right. So my guess is probably because it's taking advantage that Erin is weaker now, which since it's weaker, it's going to move more. It's going to curve more left, or excuse me, right. My bad, causing it to turn and go to the right side of the cone compared to earlier when it was going on the left side of the cone. Keep on pushing due west because it's like intenser then, and now since it's like weaker, it's going to curve more slightly north. That's just my thoughts on that.
All right.
If that makes
Yeah, that makes sense. All right, guys. Yeah. Based on what we've seen tonight, what are your overall thoughts?
Well, what I've seen tonight is right now we're like the National Hurricane Center said, we're in the middle of an eyewall replacement cycle, but then they do have some strengthening for tomorrow. So honestly, it's pretty much tonight. Tonight is the merge whatever I can't even think. The eyewall replacement cycle, and then probably tomorrow we do get some strengthening again. And I do think we will hit Cat 5 again.
I agree
For
with
sure.
you.
And I ain't rolling that out also with that with it pulling over the north is honestly maybe because of like he said, because earlier when this was much stronger, this was taking its own track. So it's
Yeah.
feeling a weakness a little bit more and it's going with it. But on latest frame on radar, at least one, two, three frames we're taking a turn back to the west. So I think we're about to see a westward jog again.
All right. Yeah.
By the way, we just had more convection blow up on the eastern side.
All right. All right. Thank you very much, Weather Kingdom. Once again, guys, be sure to remember to go subscribe to his channel. We're trying to get him to 500 subs tonight. We're 29 away from that, so go ahead and hit that click that link and go to subscribe to his channel. Also, join the Storms Tonight Discord server. The link to that is in the pin chat above as well. Go ahead, Weather Kingdom.
Hey, Pat.
Yeah.
By the way, I'm also going live when you finish your live. I'm probably going to do another hour or two live.
That's more power to you, man. Go. So be sure you check out his live stream tonight too. I'm shouting you out right now, getting you some viewers. But yeah, all right. But anyone else want to go?
I mean, so what I think about overall what has happened is clear. So we've been seeing this the eyewall replacement cycle. It is slightly weakening, which is what they do. Further depends on how longer this will take. We may see a bit further weakening if it takes a bit longer to finish it. But overall, after it finishes the cycle. We will see more strengthening. It just depends on how much it can strengthen. If it rapidly intensifies again, which I doubt, but it's possible. And that's really, I think it's possible we could get to a Category 5 status again. The waters definitely support it. It really just depends on because while it's weak now, if it continues to be weak as it goes north, if any kind of tier might want to take advantage of it later on, and maybe it does not get to Category 5 status, or maybe it briefly does. And that's really my thoughts for now.
All right. Would anyone else like to go?
Yeah. So right now, my thoughts on the storm is that it's right now in a very crucial part. If it continues wobbling south, like if the center of mass is further south and it continues to drag the storm further west instead of north, that could pose a risk to the Turks and Caicos and could push it further towards the east coast. That's my concern for Erin at this present moment. So the next 12 to 24 hours is going to be very crucial.
I agree.
All right.
I do
Mhm.
too.
Yeah, for sure. I agree too. Anyone else?
Yeah, I do.
Yes.
Go for it.
The intensification. That's all I'm saying. Like, I've never seen this. I know I already said this before, but the intensification was just crazy.
No, I agree with you.
Yeah, it was. Are we ready to go? All right. Anyone else would they like to go? We good? All right. I'll go ahead and give my thoughts right here. So basically, what we've seen tonight is, well, this is kind of I would say this afternoon was the climax of a huge historic event we've seen in the southwestern Atlantic. 75 mile per hour Category 1 hurricane to a 160 mile per hour Cat 5. One of the most unbelievable intensification periods we have seen here. And this could happen again, potentially, and get back up to Cat 5 strength. The question is, will it have enough time to do it before another eyewall replacement cycle or wind shear starts taking out with it? I would say that the models say no, but with Erin, you got to expect the unexpected with this. And
yeah, because it's already defined. Yep.
Adalia, it
Yeah,
just went
because she had that
offline.
mind of her own.
Yep, you got to expect the unexpected with this. And we'll keep you updated here on the Pat's Path Predictor channel for sure. But with that being said, we're going to go ahead and close the stream out tonight right here. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. Be sure to like the stream, subscribe to the channel if you are new. The goal, as always, is to get more people engaged with weather. If you would like to join the Storms Night Discord server, please go ahead and join on the pinned chat above.
Hey,
There's only
before you
hold on
leave,
one second. Hold on
you're
one
gonna have
second.
some guests.
Hold on one second. Please be sure to join the pin chat right there. There's only 3. Go ahead and join. I'll get you guys in. There's going to be a holding room. There's 3 questions. Once again, where you found the server, which is through my stream, how old you are, and have you read the rules. So please be sure to join that as well. Also, subscribe to Weather Kingdom one more time. If you haven't already, he's going to be streaming right after we're done here. So be sure you go ahead and do that. We're going to try to get him to 500 subs tonight. Let's see if we can do it. We're 20 away. We're 20 away. Go ahead and subscribe to him right away if you haven't already. I'm going to post it one more time. 20 subscribers away, Weather Kingdom. Well, I'm trying to promote your channel right here. I'm trying to promote your stream, dude. So please bear with me.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, but with that being said, though,
away.
we're going to go ahead
You're the
and
best,
end
man.
the stream right here. Have a wonderful night, guys. Weather Kingdom, you'll be ready as soon as we're done here, I assume.
Yeah, I should be.
All right. Go
Probably
join
give me
him.
about like 10 minutes.
Yep. Have a nice day, everybody. Stay
Would you
safe.
be having guests on your show?
What's up?
Would he be would he be doing this on Discord too?
Yeah, he will be. Let me do my outro real quickly, then we'll talk about that. All right. All right. With that being said, have a wonderful night, guys.